slid that fucking turtleneck, and it just blows up like a python with a fucking sandwich in its throat, and that's it.
Like, how can you fucking blow a load? Like just because you're disgusting like me.
Right.
Rogan is in a different fucking
He's fucking
world.
disgusting, too. We're all disgusting. This fucking guy's disgusting. This guy's disgusting.
But to have a girl like you that is like fucking you and she reaches down and touches your gut and you know it's just like squishy fucking wet flesh and there's no tone to it. Or like,
listen,
all I can think of is you have to be disgusted by this. And if you're not, there's something wrong with you.
Her. Listen, dog, at 5 in the morning.
Like, how do you not care?
Who's touching your fat?
I kill all my own boners. Like, I can't get past how disgusting it must be to fuck me, to fuck a girl. I really do. But sex is not, like, a driving force to make me do fucking squats and fucking leg lifts.
No. Either they got it or they don't.
No, the point is, like, how do you not think about how fucking gross it must be to fuck you?
I got sweet daddy dick. When this dick is coming at you, I do a good job. I make your ass.
You watch porn. If you were in a porn, you would turn the porn off.
No, you wouldn't.
Minutes. Yes, I would.
I would.
Yeah, a guy like you.
No. Okay. Listen, I fuck in the dark. You know what I'm saying? I ain't showing
with a cape on, dog.
I ain't coming up with muscles or sunlight behind me. Brad Pitt in that fucking movie. Go fuck yourself. I come in real quick. I'll bang you when you sleep, and I'm one of those guys. And if you're passed out, even
trust
better.
to keep your fucking belly on. You can fuck in the dark, but they feel a fucking.
We're also brought to you by Onnit.com. ONNIT.
Are we not done by the
makers of the Alpha?
Are we not done with the plugs?
No, we're not. We got one more. Makers of Alpha Brain. We actually have a start thing here. The cognitive enhancing supplement that I'm giving to Doug Stanhope. Doug Stanhope, this in your system right now will cure you of the evil that is the mushrooms. Because right now your mind is taken over by an organism, by an intelligent life form.
Thanks, dude, who gave me mushrooms. I thought I completely dismissed the guy at the merch booth. I thought he was giving me a poster of something. He goes, "You want to open that later?" And I should chuck it in my merch bag, which is scary when I travel. Like, I have to scour my merch bag.
So this guy hands you a bag of whatever it might be.
I thought it was a poster. It was a rolled up giant envelope, but it had mushrooms in it. So I can't travel with them. So I'm gonna fucking usually I just give them away, but fuck it. I haven't tripped in a year.
So here you go.
And I'm coming to the Rogan podcast.
And you're on the Alpha Brain.
I don't even, Alpha Brain. Let's smoke some pot, too. I don't even
do
that.
Okay, awesome.
Later, it'll really fuck me.
This fucking Alpha Brain.
I don't know. It might be good right now.
I have a show tonight.
Let me tell you something.
That's
That Alpha Brain is going to take those
perfect.
mushrooms and put you on a different fucking dilemma. Do you understand? You're going to go back to Worcester to the Aku. That's how deep this fucking mushroom's going to take you, cocksucker.
Are you familiar with what nootropics are? You ever try any of these things?
No. I'm out of the loop, Joe.
Let's get you in the loop, Doug Stanhope. Yeah. Let's get you in the loop. Doug Stanhope, you need a podcast.
My friends tell me you should shop at the Co-op instead of Safeway. That's the fucking,
Oh, the Co-op. You hang around with a bunch of hippies?
No, I live in a fucking small town of 6,000 people. They're not in the loop.
They're not in the internet?
Well, no.
Once you're on the internet, it's a global world,
They
isn't
don't
it?
need a fucking internet. It's a town of 6,000 people. They yell out the window.
Well, that's why you really need the internet, because you're in a town of 6,000 people. You need to be connected with everything else.
Talk to each other.
Well, that's all good, too, but I mean, just for sanity's sake, and to keep in the fucking loop.
Yeah, well...
I'll give you some of these.
What's it called?
Alpha Brain.
Alpha
Brain.
Brain.
It is a cognitive enhancing supplement. We also have New Mood. That is a 5-HTP serotonin boosting
I took 3 capsules of 0.3 to 0.4 milligrams of mushrooms on the trip here, which was at 1:30.
Well, who knows how much is it? Well, you know, when you eat a mushroom, how much of it is like cellulose?
No, he put them in capsules.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's in a
capsule. So you might
He gave me a fucking instruction list. That's why I was.
Oh, he did.
Did you fucking?
It's like a gram per capsule. Dog, it's like a gram per capsule. If you really look at it, it's like a gram.
Whatever.
Per capsule.
The guy gave me like instructions on the fucking.
Well, we hope that the Alpha Brain doesn't set off the fucking.
Oh,
point is,
I
wanted to send out my own plug. Thanks, guy, who I completely dismissed.
What does he look like? So you know,
I have no idea. It was a guy I thought it was giving me a poster.
He's the universe. He's just an agent.
Oh, and by the way,
agent of the universe.
Yeah, the guy, some guy that fucking tried to barge into the green room.
No,
I brought you the T-shirts. I won't plug him.
Hit the music. Go to fucking JoeRogan.net, click on the link, enter in the code name Rogan, and get 10% off your Alpha Brain supplements. That was one of the best commercials we ever did. Come on, folks. I know you don't like the commercials, ladies and gentlemen, but it's a fucking free podcast, okay?
I didn't know we were doing commercials that long.
I know, they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. They need to be edited. This is a good argument for the necessary having a producer.
All right.
We need a real producer. Yeah, it was fun. Those are fun arguments. Those are fun commercials.
How would you know the difference between that and the...
You don't. That's the fucking point.
Oh, because you just hit a button and now we're actually talking?
Now it actually is the talking. I don't no longer have to promote anything. But in the beginning, before we start, the way we got it out of the way, we used to just talk about the fleshlight all the time, and then we figured out somewhere along the line, it's best to just get it out of the way, and then go about the podcast. So that's the it seems a little disingenuous.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
It's a vehicle.
I'm a bit scatterbrained.
Doug Stanhope on his way over here. My good buddy Doug Stanhope, who I've not seen in probably like a year, somewhere around there.
Yeah, no,
it's been a while.
Maybe a year and a half since the last time I did the show.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And when we went to see your live show, dude, I learned something. I learned I don't like going to shows where I have to stand up.
Oh, that was a couple years ago. That was
it?
At fucking Kit Kat Club. Yeah, that's like 3 years ago.
Do you make people sit now? Do you have people sitting down?
Yeah, no, I'm doing. Now that I can cut my own deal, I'm fucking back at the Improv.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, so they gave up. they came around.
Now that I can do an off night.
What's going on with Joey's microphone, bro?
Yo, Mike, no, they need fucking bacala. They got all these open micers Tuesday too. This is Doug fucking Stanhope. It's all over. You got all these fucking mooks during the week. Bring in this fucking savage.
But I can do one night there on an off night and bring my own fucking crowd.
Yeah. You were one of the first guys to figure out how to get your own crowd online. You know, what you did was really a smart move by just leaving the comedy clubs almost completely and just going to little rock and roll clubs and booking it yourself. And
it was all out of spite. Spite does it drives you a lot.
Well, you really
it's like a sex drive.
But it was genius. Yeah, and it was ballsy.
Hate and needing to fuck.
Letting these motherfuckers know you're a voice and you got to get the fuck out there. I don't give a fuck what you do. You don't want to hire me. I got to keep doing what I do.
It's the best way. You did it the best way though. You really found your own audience. Like you're one of those dudes where you go to see a Stanhope show. You know it's a fucking Stanhope crowd when you see him walking down the street. You know. They're all days from suicide. They're all smoking.
I was in Calgary where I actually crossed this. I'm looking for the gig.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, I did. So we talked about this last.
Let's
time.
tell it anyway.
Calgary. There's a train station in front of where the gig was. So I see all these fucking hoodlums standing. I think they're waiting for a train. So I cross the street to get away from them. And then only to realize they were waiting not for the train, but that was my gig. That was the fucking cue for my fucking show that I'm crossing the street to get away from my own fans because they seem scary.
That's one of his fans right there. Look at one of Stanhope's fans right there. That's how he shows up with the outfit.
Stop making me look at fucking...
There's a dude that's on Fear Factor, this new season of Fear Factor, and there was a thing on CNN about a guy living in a tree.
You were saying, "Oh yeah, if they did Fear Factor, I'd suck the devil's dick again." And then now I'm fucking watching football, and here's
believe it's back
Joe
on.
Rogan's big fucking huge head in my face on 55 inches of Fear Factor. I love it though.
They came with the long money, Stanhope. They came with that vacation home cash in the middle of the fucking world falling apart.
We're way too old for fucking talk about selling out or all that shit that young comics care about. Rivalries. Dane Cook. Hey, Dane Cook, thank you very much. Dane Cook, I'm doing this fucking benefit show in Tucson that it's a long story, but Dane Cook said, hey, I haven't done stand-up, but I'll help you out. Fuck, thanks a lot. Who gives a shit? Someone emailed me today about Mencia. This new Mencia thing is.
I hope it's
so
good.
hot
it kind of touches on your bit. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
you fucking internet snipes.
So is Dane doing the benefit?
No, he's not. He hasn't done stand-up in almost a year.
Yeah, he stopped doing stand-up in February. I ran into him at the premiere of Warriors. Not to name drop. I was on the red carpet. Avoided the paparazzi.
But even people are snipey about that. Dane Cook. Well, he didn't put the I don't know how Twitter really works, but he didn't put the apostrophe thing in front of it, so he's just telling your own fans that he's promoting.
What? Oh, I see.
I don't know how Twitter works.
Yeah, he didn't put the A.
But people are just still
ampersand.
so fucking cunty.
Yeah, they're very cunty.
We're old people.
Well,
right?
people are looking for a reason to be cunty because they're trying to distract themselves from the shit life that they live. Instead of looking at their life and trying to fucking figure out their real problems, they just go online and just
you don't give a fuck about comedy anymore, do you?
I care about good comedy. I still like it. I still enjoy it.
Politics.
I don't care at all. I realize somewhere along the line it's mostly just jealousy and insecurity and. You know, one of the things I realized is people had a shit way of looking at comedy. When I used to tell people that I'd take Joey on the road with me, I'd take people, you know, like who'd you do Rascals with? Oh, Joey Diaz and I. He goes, you bring fucking Joey Diaz on the road? Like, what are you, crazy? Like, you follow Joey Diaz on purpose? And I was like, and I couldn't understand it. I was like, why would you even think like that? Like, why does everybody's worried at every moment that they're not the life of the fucking party? Like, at every moment. They can't even enjoy when other people are funny. I'm like, you don't want to be around funny people? That's all I want to do. I want guys to fucking crush in front of me.
Yeah.
You know, I want the whole thing to be fun. I don't want to just be the only one who's having fun up there.
I'm so spoiled socially. Because, yeah, my fucking best friends in the world are literally the funniest people alive.
So spoiled. So if you try to hang out with idiots,
you go to your fucking in-laws or some shit.
It's brutal.
You can do this joke on stage. Yeah. When they tell you can do this joke on stage,
they don't understand. They don't
take
understand.
This on stage. See if you like it.
You know, when I was dating this girl one time. She's a nice girl, but I was at a transitionary point in my life. There's nothing bad about her. She was just who she was. She was a young girl, wanted to do what she wanted to do. She was always upset. She was a good girl. She was a really good person. But she was always upset that I was doing other things and I was hanging out at this pool hall all the time. And she would always give me shit about it. But, you know, I had to sit her down and have a moment like, I have fucking fun there. Do you not understand?
Again, I have to remind people I'm tripping a bit. Just picturing you at a pool hall like it's a flashback in a movie and they put weird hair on you.
Yeah, a full head of it.
Go back to the Joe Rogan and pool hall days.
That's my pool hall days. No, it wasn't in Boston. It was New York. I became obsessed when I first moved to New York. But she hated it. She fucking hated it because I never wanted to hang out with her. And I would tell her, look, you know, and I had a conversation with her. I'm like, look, you're a very cool person. You're very sweet. I don't want to date another girl, but I don't want to fucking hang out with you every day.
Well, you hate chicks.
I don't hate chicks. I hate dumb ones though. I hate dumb dudes. And I hate dumb chicks equally. It's not a gender thing. It's just dummies. But when you're in that situation, man, when you're just like, God, I can't hang out with you all the time. It hurts me. It hurts me to know that there's all this fun going on over there. I'm hanging out with you, and these dudes are gambling and staying up till 3 in the morning, and no one's married. No one knows what the fuck is going on the next day. They're all wild gambling motherfuckers, and they're my friends, and they're funny. They say funny shit. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to hang out with you? And what are you going to tell me, like, what movies you like? What are you going to tell me, what you like to eat? You know, what your mom said that was mean? You know, Jesus fucking Christ. I want to go have fun.
Yeah, no, I think... Go ahead.
Are you too far gone? Are you too far gone to talk?
No, I'm good. I was just that thought was like, cramping my mind.
It's so important to have friends that are fun. You know, it's the one thing that you get out of podcasts and shit too, though. These like people that don't know anybody like you or don't know anybody like Joey, they get to talk to you essentially on a podcast. They get to kind of feel your vibe, see how you think about things. You sit down and see somebody talk for an hour, you don't just see them talk, you see how they think. You see how they decipher stuff. And it kind of can give you insight on how maybe you're not doing it that way, or maybe you could do it that way and it would enhance your shit. You know?
Right.
It's so important, man. You can get stuck in a fucking bad place with bad friends. Are you freaking out?
No, I'm not freaking out. I'm just enjoying the entire fucking
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Led Zeppelin's on the wall. We got this new studio for the folks that are just listening on iTunes. If you go to ustream.tv/Joe Rogan, you can watch all these now. And we actually have it set up where we have projectors.
Now we're on fucking TV on delay.
Yeah, weird, huh?
I should not look in that direction.
I did that for you. I did that for you, so you can, it'd be easier.
One of my favorite Stanhope stories that I tell is when you and I did mushrooms, and then we went out to the desert, and it was the day the war started.
Yeah, watching pregame for the war.
I'll never forget this. You and I were sitting in Jan Irvin's living room, twisted to our balls, right?
And they had a fucking giant kettle of some kind of ayahuasca they were trying to produce.
Amanita muscaria, and it gave us just a weird feeling in the head. It didn't get us off at all.
It did nothing, and I had I felt like a pauper.
But I'll tell you what, I think
a little bag of mushrooms in my pocket, and then I come in and they have this whole fucking giant kettle going.
But you know what? The two of them together, though, I think that's what really blasted it off. And that's what they think Soma was. They think Soma might have been, Soma from like the ancient Hindu religion. They don't know what it is, but it was like the basis of a lot of their belief and a lot of their ancient scriptures talk about it and like rave about Soma. And they think that it was Amanita muscaria mushrooms mixed with cubensis mushrooms, like mixed like that. And that might have been because we were fucking blastaroo, dude. I remember staring at the wall and looking at this crazy geometric pattern that the universe was made out of. And
Stanhope, we're watching Countdown to the War. It was like fucking Sunday.
But you go. This is what you were standing there and you go. Holy shit!
All it was missing was fucking what's his name, Frank Caliendo,
doing an impression.
Giving his picks as.
All right.
I'm gonna give you my picks as John Madden, who hasn't been relevant for fucking 7 years.
We're sitting there blasted, and I'll never forget this because you just go, "Holy shit! There's a fucking kickoff."
This kickoff to the
war.
There's
a kickoff, and we were both like really just starting a trip, like it was just coming on, and then you go, "Holy shit! There's a kickoff."
It's at 6,
and we just sat down.
5:45. We should get a cocktail and some snacks.
We sat down. And we were like,
Terry Bradshaw is gonna fucking come on and tell you how he feels.
It's like it's the strangest time ever to be alive. What kind of a world is this?
I know.
They're telling us the war coverage begins at 5.
I know.
What are you saying? They timed it? You telling me they timed it? They waited. Isn't it like a different time over there? So they waited all day.
Yeah, and it's not like it was their time.
Yeah.
It was prime time here. It was like 6 in the afternoon.
Could you imagine if they actually timed the missiles to prime time in America?
They probably had.
They probably fucking did.
They probably fucking do.
Right after Law and Order.
CNN.
First fucking missile.
CNN had fucking advertisers.
Oh God.
Well, George Bush, if at 3 in the morning, their time. Yeah, Sizzler. We can get fucking Tide to sponsor it if you're gonna, nuke them at 6.
It was such a strange fucking moment, man. What a weird moment.
Stanhope, remember those two broads that lived next to you? Remember the tall German chick that was lanky and cute, and the short brunette, and then there was the chubbier chick Sage. Remember the chubby redhead?
Oh, those
chicks?
are the you did like heroin or something with them or something?
Oh, I did everything with them.
Yeah, I remember. Sage is the one I remember.
Why stop there?
Sage is the one I like.
Sage's father at one time was the Rolling Stones manager, and what he did for this chick was he bought her a fucking Blockbuster in Ventura. Bought her a Blockbuster. And she said, I don't want a Blockbuster.
I think you turned her on to heroin, and she was giving me shit about herpes. I go, yeah, I got herpes.
I didn't give her no fucking herpes. That
chick she was giving me shit about having herpes, but she's over there fucking like doing heroin with Joey Diaz.
Listen to me. All right. I was homeless. And she would come to the store on Sundays. She would come to the store on Sundays and give me pills. And she was an expert in mixing. What was that shit that was big 10 years? MDMA with water.
Ecstasy with water?
She'd drink it. No, the other stuff that was.
Oh, GHB.
GHB. Yeah. And she'd bring it to the comedy store, and I'd be hosting on Sundays, and she'd give me drinks of the GSP, whatever the fuck.
GSP?
Who the fuck it is, GHB, whatever.
I'm not impressed with your performance.
Listen, so this happened. This went on for 6 months. She'd take
GHB
me
and really
on
tight
Sundays.
trunks.
I'd go to a house. Rogan, I'd go to a house on Sundays after I'd host. She'd come down. We'd buy coke from Chewy. We'd go to her house. We'd do heroin, eat her ass, pills. I'd whip her. She'd make little shows at lingerie for me. She was 100 pounds overweight, but this bitch was banging.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not an ass you want to eat.
No. She lost the weight.
Let's not
She went on a diet. All right. Then I didn't see her for a long time, right? And then she started coming around the comedy store and giving me that GSP and shit. Right? So this is a great story. I forgot about this. I was thinking of Stanhope on the way up here. And our friend Mike was selling weed, but at one time he worked at CAA, and he goes, listen, one of the interns over there, he blew up. He ended up being Whitney Houston's manager, and and the tour manager, and he's looking for powder. So every day they would come over and I would sell Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. You know, they would come over with like $1,100, which was per diem money. I was taking Whitney's per diem money, right? Every day they come over with a little white envelope and give me the per diem money, and I'd go up to the Martel cartel and I'd buy 14 grams of blow, take an 8-ball out and cut it, and then give it to Whitney Houston. And they were fucking going crazy. This went on for 30, 40 days. But I couldn't snort all the blow I was stealing from them. I couldn't snort it. It was just too much. So I was giving it to Marilyn Martinez to hold for me.
Isn't she dead?
She's dead. That's the coke that killed her. So okay. I got like 2 ounces of blow, plus I snorted all this coke, and I can't snort no more. I don't know what to do with it, right? So one night I call Marilyn. I go, Marilyn, bring the coke down to the fucking store, right? I'm selling coke to Whitney fucking Houston. They're picking me up at 9 in the morning, paging me on the red pager. I'm coming downstairs, getting in the car with them, going to the Martel cartel, to the brothers, going in the house with 2 grams of coke already cut in my pocket. And I would just go in, take rocks out, throw the cut in, mix it up, and give it right back to them in the car, and they'd be happy as shit. They were inviting me to A&M Records to come party with them. I don't party with them.
So how much coke were you stealing from them?
I was selling them. I was getting them a half ounce and taking an 8-ball out and throwing an 8-ball to cut in.
What is an 8-ball?
3.5 grams. So
I've done coke my entire fucking life, and I don't know like
percentages,
like what it costs,
what the percentages
or
whatever.
Isn't that crazy?
Measurements.
People are so sleazy that it's all cut.
No,
do
the
you ever get pure
I don't
coke?
know what it.
Yeah,
like,
you get. I always know where the fucking shit
I know
is at.
like coke because someone goes, "Hey, do you want to do a bump?" And you go, "Okay."
Right.
I don't.
But you don't know what the
He's
fuck's
never
in it.
bought it.
know
No,
what
he
a
don't. He
fucking
does whatever. When you
eight-ball
go out
is.
with Stanhope, somebody got cokes, he'll do coke. You got elephant tranquilizer. Stanhope's like Uncle Joey. We don't give a fuck. The train's already running. I got nowhere to be tomorrow. Fuck it. We're here already. You know, when I got here, and he said he had mushrooms, I'm like, what the fuck? This is the cocksucker that knocks on your door with rolling papers and no weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got no weed, but I got rolling papers. Next time you bring those fucking mushrooms with you, and we could have been right here. This would have been a great fucking podcast. Not that it isn't. So I'm robbing Whitney and Bobby Brown for a fucking month. I'm robbing their blow every day. I can't do it. I can't snort it fast enough.
How much are they doing?
They're doing a half ounce a day.
This is
God.
the
This
90s.
This is
God.
98. They're doing a half ounce a day, which is 3 ounces a week.
Oh my God.
And singing.
What does that look like?
Whoa, an ounce is like this, like a
God.
half ounce of weed, like a nice.
Oh my God.
They're doing one of those a day.
Oh my God.
Bobby Brown, his face twisted, and I was getting this shit that was flaky. So,
Oh my God.
So right, I tell Marilyn, bring the coke to the
You would
store.
say like, well, aren't they feeding an entourage at this point?
No,
but,
I thought it was
but
just
that's the
those
thing
two.
about coke.
It's
is
just
that,
those two.
You start. Oh, there's only so much coke left. All right, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go.
Right. So this went on. So on Saturday night, I call Marilyn Martinez. I go, Marilyn, do me a favor. Bring the blow to the Comedy Store because I'm just going to sell it. And a kid, after my set, gives me a little baggie with the bottom of it filled up. Like not even 2 lines. And I put it in my pocket, and I take it home. When I get home, I do it. It's not coke. It's crank. So I'm on fire now. It's 3 in the morning. I'm in my house on fire. I got the coke hidden in the
His
trunk
shoe
of the
hasn't
car.
stopped shaking since.
All right, I have the coke in the fucking car. No, I'm not bouncing. I have the coke in the
were
car.
earlier.
I always do that shit. I have the
He
coke
always
in the
does
car,
that.
right? And I wouldn't bring it upstairs because I don't like coke in my house. So I would go down and do a little bump about 5 in the morning.
Whoa, you would always keep it in the car?
in the car. I'd hide it under
Paranoia
a rock
is a
outside.
good thing.
I don't like it
That's
in the
what
house.
Becker taught me.
I don't like it
Yeah?
in my house.
Better to be paranoid.
But I don't like it in my house anyway. I
Yeah.
never like coke in my house. It's just bad. I don't like it.
Right.
I used to leave it outside on the rocks in somebody else's garage. And then I would go over there and do a bump and go back upstairs. So there's one night I got upstairs and the page is going off and it's Sage. And I said, fuck it. Let me just bring the 2 ounces to her house of blow. And I brought, at that time, it was like 1.5 ounces and 3/4. This bitch picked me up at 6 in the morning with a case of Starbucks coffee in Canada, 1/2 gallon of vodka. And we went back to the house, and we did that whole package of blow, heroin, Valiums, MDMA, GSP. We did
How many days?
2 days. Till
Just 2 days.
Monday afternoon, I had to get Scott Wolf, Josh Wolf's brother, Fredo, to come get me over by the Directors Guild.
Oh my
For
God.
2 days. I puked till Thursday.
Jesus
But
Christ.
here's how sick I was. The fucking Houstons kept calling me. And I'm like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I'm out of commission, right? So finally, that next week was the Grammys. This is the last time I seen them. I don't think I told you about this. Last time ever I seen Whitney Houston, I get a call on a Monday morning after the Grammys at 9 in the morning. And they're like, is your boy up? He'd have to be. Come get me. And they pull up to my fucking house where I live by the YMCA. And it was the manager, Whitney Houston, and Ricky Martin in the fucking back. And they're all going. They're going from the Grammys. That jaw, all them jaws are fucking going, Jack. And I got in the car with them. I drive to the Martel Cartel. I'm sitting there like I don't even know it's Ricky Martin. I just looked out the window. I was more paranoid than he was. I got in, bought it, brought it back to the car. They drove. That's the last time I fucking seen him.
Wow.
They went out of town after that. They were here to sing. They were doing.
What year is this?
Had to be 98, 97, 99. They were doing the soundtrack to James Bond. Wycliffe Jean, who just robbed half of fucking Haiti. That cocksucker. That's why.
Robbed Haiti?
You didn't see that? He robbed his own fucking earthquake relief fund.
No.
$10 million.
No.
Yeah, bro. That's why I don't send. Unless I see the guy on the street bleeding, I give him money. When you send $100, they get 30 of it.
Did you steal my change jar in the late 90s?
Probably did, right?
No, I don't steal a fucking change jar. A fucking change jar? What's a change jar?
It's just like the thought that you had in your head.
Out of the fucking blue.
He was just talking about robbery. He was just thinking about the 90s and where we lived on Curson, and there was a fucking change jar. I go, that probably is fucking... I called you Joey Jingles for a while.
No, I would never rob a change jar. I rob something big.
know. Like, it was someone who just fucking...
A change jar like a fucking cup of change?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was just a weird thought that just came into my head.
You know?
No, it was just... Sorry, now I've smoked pot, which I never do.
What the fuck is wrong with your change jar? I'm a professional.
No, I remember calling you.
You changed jar. I'm a professional.
We were doing Seattle one time. I was opening up for Stanhope, and I picked them up in an RV. And it was snowing in Seattle. We went down a hill.
That weird chick. What
and
was
the
her
puppy,
fucking
Carol,
name?
who I stuck the fucking aluminum foil up her ass. He was around for that. He knew all about that shit in Seattle.
Hey, Brian, you shouldn't probably play copyrighted shit on the background like this.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just playing old shit.
All right, but I'm looking at all these images.
You should probably not fucking start defamation suits.
That's a defamation suit?
Ricky fucking
Martin?
Waters or whatever.
It's a true story. What defamation? If it didn't fucking happen, then they wouldn't give a fuck. Well, Ricky Martin's clean and sober now. He came out of the closet. He's got kids. So he'll look.
These opinions and stories are not a representative of the Joe Rogan
What
Experience.
is this, Law and Order? What the fuck is this?
No, I was actually promoting copyrighted stuff and defamation.
What is this? You're not saying Law and Order. This story might think that you might know these individuals.
Man.
They ain't the fucking people.
You know this story's going to get on the internet now.
You know, I've
Who
never
gives a
played.
fuck?
I've never played the
It happened
Bray
11 years
Improv.
ago. What Whitney Houston gonna say to me? No, you remember me, bitch? Oh, I remember you. The fuck, sing, bitch, sing. I kept her alive for 3 fucking months, giving her those rocks.
Damn.
Rocks and shit.
So you think it was just them doing that amount?
Joe Rogan, you could go crazy. You got a chick that's sucking your dick.
I got no experience with this cocaine.
No, you can
Zero.
do whatever
I've never.
the fuck you want.
I don't have any experience with
Your
it.
fucking change jar. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a few.
No, what happened? Did they break into your house and change your change jar?
No, I just noticed all the change had been taken out and nothing else was stolen. I go, who would do that? And I go, I think Joey's back on drugs. Maybe you fucking. So I called you.
No.
It's impossible, Joey. You might have done it, forgot about it.
No, I think the last time I went to Stanhope's house,
It was like someone, like I had an open house policy.
You had an
which
open
I
house
fucking
policy.
Still do. I'm like, who would just I was just going, this is the fucking 1996. We were all broke. I'm going, which one of my friends would be broke enough to just fucking. I thought of you.
I was at the Coaching Horses
Joey
one night,
Jingles.
out of my fucking mind, and I couldn't walk to Vista, so I went to Stanhope's because he had the open door policy. And I go to Stanhope's. I open the door. He's got the bunk beds. I get on and this time in the living room, he just had a cot. I get on the cot because I couldn't even make it to the fucking bed. And that's the night there's an earthquake. And I wake up to the house, and I open my eyes sideways, and I see the clock. So I'm focusing on the clock. But the fucking earth is moving, you know what I'm saying? And that was just, I think the last time I was, do you still have that apartment? Or
Yeah,
it's subsidized. You have somebody in there.
It's rent control.
I still beat the fucking horn.
I still live there all the time.
I still beat the horn when I go by like a motherfucker out of respect.
Oh, no, Hennigan's there now.
Is Hennigan in town?
Yeah.
Do you ever miss L.A.?
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Right now. The fucking drive here was horrific. I was gonna change. I was trying to get a hold of you. Like, if we have to do this the next day, I'm gonna change my flight. I'm like, I could just fly. I could fucking 10 days off. I'll just fly to fucking somewhere. I never do that.
Just fly somewhere for a vacation.
Just grab my passport.
Go to Costa Rica.
If I'm gonna extend my stay here to fucking hang out with you, I'll probably be fucked up when I leave. Why not? And then just the thought of LAX fucking ruined that entire fantasy.
Really?
Oh, sorry. Get a talk down here.
No, it's perfect.
There.
It was fine.
Well, my audio functions are way fucked.
Oh.
Yeah. Medicinally.
You know, why'd you move there in the first place? Why'd you decide to? You live in Bisbee, Arizona, in the middle of nowhere, right? What was the? Just wanted to get away.
Impulse buy. It's a place I found when I was driving on the road.
Really, impulse buy.
Yeah, I didn't even see the inside.
Did you know anything about the town?
Took pictures.
Did you know anything about the town?
I'd been there a lot. Sorry, I had a fucking.
It's fine, dude.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah. So
what's the downside? What's the downside of living in a tiny little town like that? Because you're in like a town of like what, 6,000 people or something crazy?
Yeah, Jake LaMotta has come over to the house a couple times.
Jake LaMotta, the fighter?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The guy who they made the movie Raging Bull about?
Yeah.
What's that guy like?
You know what? I could do a fucking 20-minute bit. That's the downside. Like
he lives there?
Yeah, no, but you have to be respectful of people there, because any good story that comes out of there, they'll
of course.
That's your neighbor. That's the downside of living in a small town.
Yeah, you can't talk about.
You can't flip someone off at a fucking stop sign because they cut you off because that guy will be behind you in line at fucking Safeway.
Yeah, like how often you run into the same people over and over again?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing, huh?
You get a fucking really funny fucking bit about your neighbor.
So do you guys think that Joey Diaz took his change? Real quick.
No, I don't think she did.
See, there's the spot. There's a spot on the microphone. If I was,
it doesn't matter.
I was looking for it. Like,
you're fine. Your voice sounded great. Do you?
Not to me.
Not to you, really? It sounded fucked. I think it's probably those headphones.
I know. I just had a bit of echo.
Yeah.
No, it's because my senses are peaked right now.
So what's the good side? There's got to be a good side. You know,
I fucking love it. One of the bad sides is I hate the road now because I want to be home.
Really? Because now you have a lot of friends.
There's no fucking joy in Cleveland. Like, what am I going to accomplish that I haven't in 21 years?
Right. Same thing over and over again.
I'm going to throw soft cock at a younger girl, hang out all night till she's deluded enough.
When are we going to do a fucking triple run? Let's do a triple run old school. Take Redban to drive.
I'd fucking love to do that. We did a 10-year anniversary.
Did you
me and
really?
Becker. Yeah, Becker and I we did 10 years from now we're going to go back and we're going to do a triple run. Triple runs are these legendary one-nighters in the Northwest. I forget where on radio. We should probably fucking entertain or something.
No, this is entertaining.
Yeah, but so you'd play Idaho Falls. That's where I met Joey Coco Diaz on a triple gig in Boulder, Colorado.
I was a host at the Boulder Broker.
The Joker Broker.
The Joker Broker, and he came in on a Tuesday, and the run
My driver's license for a long time, because I lived on the road, I didn't have a home, was the fucking Joker Broker's address in Boulder, Colorado. I got a Colorado license.
Mike Kessler. Mike Kessler's house. You bought the car from Mike Kessler.
Oh,
that's right.
Piece of shit.
That's right. You bought the
car. Yeah, that fucking Dodge Neon.
That's
I had that forever. Jay Moore fucking, spotted me in the parking lot of the Comedy Store in the late 90s. And said, Dodge Neon. Yeah, he had some condescending thing where I'm good for the environment or something. What a cunt that guy is.
But anyway, we met on the Boulder Broker run was Tuesday in Boulder. Then you had Wednesday off. And then you had Thursday in Craig, Colorado. Friday in some other Gunnison. And it ended up in Colorado Springs at some fucking barn. So Tuesdays you had to come to Boulder. And I became friends with Doug. And then Wednesday you had off. So instead of having him stay at a hotel, he stayed at my house. That's when my wife and I first broke up. It was a condo. That's when I first met him. He was still telemarketing in Vegas. The second time he came back, he had just done Evening at the Improv.
Yeah.
And you stayed again, and that's how we became friends. I didn't see him again. He won San Francisco, and he came up to Seattle, and then I talked to him.
Well, it's fun when you go on one of those gigs and you meet a real comic. You know, because you never know.
Well,
who you're working
Joey
with.
came into the Joker Broker. He was like the house MC
I was the house
guy,
MC.
but he didn't give a fuck. You're like, hi, I'm the comic, and he's like, I don't know, and he goes on stage. I just had to fucking push me, pull you, like. That's how I remember. He was doing a bit about having the shits and the vomits at the same time, but you knew it was honest because you could tell by Joey's face. He was a fucking sick person. He was like sweating profusely, and it was about having the push me, pull you shits. Where trying to figure out which end to aim towards the toilet.
I got $50 a show, and I would sell
Push me,
Valiums.
pull you.
I would take 100 Valiums and sell them all for $3 a piece, and I would make $50 a show on a steak. It was steak night, and I had to go up every Tuesday in front of the same 80 people and do new material every fucking Tuesday. So I'd have to get the bowl of paper and write 5 minutes, and no place to practice. I didn't know about that. I thought you just wrote it and brought it up there, like, you know. And it was the same people, and I remember that if you got them to lift their head up while they were cutting into the steak that they just paid $6.95 for, you know, those type of people, that was their thing on Tuesdays. 2 comics and a steak for $14 or whatever the fuck it was, you know. But it's amazing how that's how I got into comedy. If you could get them to look at you, you did your job.
I did a gig once for Mike Clark, Lenny Clark's brother.
You know how that is.
Mike Clark is a great guy. Lenny Clark is one of the legendary comedians of Boston, a fucking awesome guy. And Mike used to book me on a lot of road gigs back in the Boston days. And one of them he booked me was the waiting room of a restaurant. So it was as your people are waiting to be seated, they have like a room where they all sit down. I don't know why they didn't just make that part a part of the restaurant too. It was real weird. But they had a band and then they had a comedian. So these people are just sitting around waiting, and you just go up and start talking about blowjobs and taking shits or whatever stupid act I had at the time. And as I'm talking, like I'm in the middle of a bit, right about to hit the punchline, and over the PA system that I'm using, it's like, Johnson, party of 2, your table's ready, please come to the front desk. And I'm like, oh no, it was the same sound system. So every time when you were on stage, you could be in the middle of talking, and they would just start announcing people's names. And it would happen like every 15 seconds. It was the most ridiculous gig of all time.
And I replaced a host that was a magician that came out with a bird on stage, but the bird would always get stuck on the lights, and he would shit on him, so they had to fire him. That's who I replaced. That's how my comedy career fucking started. And I'll never forget when I seen the parrot or whatever it was shit on him. I went right to the manager. I'm like, dog, because you got the hosting job. It was the winner of the Beck's comedy competition, Beck's beer,
right?
And that's how I won.
You are more popular than that brand of beer right now.
Yeah,
Beck's beer. Yeah,
In
Poor
hindsight,
Beck's.
yes.
Beck's.
Poor Beck's.
Yeah.
What happened to that beer? How come that beer never caught on?
I still drink Beck's.
Yeah,
This guy, there's something stanky to it.
Beck's?
Yeah, it's like a little.
If they're out of Heineken, you'll get a Beck.
Yeah, I'll take it, but
People
I
still
don't,
drink
I don't
Honey
prefer
Brown.
It.
Remember Honey
Why
Brown?
don't they just make it taste like Heineken?
Remember Honey Brown? It was really popular in like the early 90s.
When
It was
you
like-
were
No.
a kid,
What do you think sells more, Beck's or Heineken? Heineken, right?
Heineken
Has
yeah.
to.
Heineken got commercials running.
Is that what it is?
I guess so.
Beck's got a lot of commercials, dude.
Do they? I haven't seen Beck's
I haven't had a Beck's in forever. Maybe I'm just prejudiced. Maybe I need to drop the
I
Beck's.
didn't even
fucking
know they
Beck's.
had
Go get me a
Beck's.
Beck's.
You are pretty prejudiced with beer, though. I've noticed just from being in
crazy.
comedy clubs, you're always like, what the fuck is that? Ugh, why are you drinking that? You got to get a man's beer like Sam Adams. And then,
Well, you start drinking those little light fairy drinks. I'm like, that's
No.
not really a beer, goddammit. Try to give me a fucking light beer. Get out of here, bitch.
it's not a light
Do you
beer.
have
It's not
light beer?
Give me a
It was,
fucking Sam Adams.
I'd like
That's
a
a
light
man's
beer right
beer.
now.
It was a
I
Heineken.
would like a
I
Sam
hate the
Adams.
beer
time.
that I like is advertised.
got any beers, Brian?
to
Yeah,
idiots.
you want some?
Fuck yeah, son.
Another
Crack
time
that
we're
shit.
Are they
in
light
Andover,
beer?
Mass.
Huh?
Bring out those beers.
They're Stella's and Sam
Sam
Adams.
Adams.
Hey,
Papa,
we're in
Sam Adams
We're
for
in
Stella.
We're in Andover, Mass. And it was at the club Grill 93.
Oh, yeah.
And it's there's 3 clubs in there.
The
There's a
time I
main
had to
club.
follow Joey Diaz
No. And
on fire.
there's
And I was nobody with a mullet.
Oh, please. And he went up on stage. In the middle of his set, there's a priest walking by. And Stanhope sees him out of the corner of his eye. And he goes, hey, Father, where you going? I got a tit fuck joke that'll blow your fucking socks off. The whole fucking room, like just shit. The priest just ran out of there. Me, him, and Chris motherfucking McGuire. That's who it was.
I think that might have been
Yeah.
Aku Aku.
Aku, me, you, and Chris McGuire.
You want a beer, Joey?
And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
No, I'm good. We did
Because
Aku-
the priest was there with my dad.
we did Aku on
Yeah.
Friday night, but we did Grill 93 on Saturday night.
That's where I had to follow you in that monster fucking. I was booed off stage.
No, he was not. This is a fucking.
I got booed off stage when I followed Jim Brewer once.
Really?
Yeah, Nanuet, New York, I think it was. Maybe not Nanuet. Somewhere in the outside of New York. It was humiliating. Oof. Oh, I died a brutal, horrible death. I didn't know how to get myself out of a bad mindset back then. And if anything happened bad during the day, if I got in a fight with a chick, anything that went wrong, I could spiral on stage. Like I could do good, I could hold it together, but I really had no business headlining. And Brewer was having good sets all week. We were both having good sets. They were fun crowds. But on the last show on Saturday night, it was a late show, and the crowd was fucking drunk, and he killed. He fucking killed. And I was standing backstage, and this is when my manager had just convinced me to start dressing nice. So I was wearing, like, club pants. I was wearing, like, a nice pair of slacks and some nice shoes. And I looked like the most unfunny fuck on earth. And I knew it. And I felt it. Like, I'm, like, dressed like this fucking stylish douchebag, and I'm going to go on stage, and I don't dress like this. This is not how I would dress if I was hanging out with my friends. Like, this is not comfortable. This is fucking the clothes of an asshole. And so I felt backstage, I was like, shit. I'm like, I can't be thinking like this. I can't be thinking that I shouldn't be dressed like this. But I couldn't help it. And my knee was fucked up at the time. I had just gotten, my ACL had just torn. I hadn't had the surgery yet, so I couldn't move good on stage. If I moved funny one way or another, my leg would pop out. So I had all this shit in my head, like, oh, what if my knee pops out? Fuck, I don't feel funny. And I went on stage and just ate dick. I mean, every joke that came out of my mouth, I didn't know how to say it right. My timing was off. I was panicking. And the worst part about it was this dude fucking in the crowd goes, man, you're not fucking funny. And I couldn't say anything to him. I couldn't say anything to him because I know he's right. You know, all I could say to him is, you're not helping. This is not helping. You know, but there's nothing in that. This, you know, just pointing out that he's an asshole. He knows he's an asshole. He thinks he's entitled to be an asshole. He paid to see my shitty act, you know, and that was a huge learning point for me, man, about the mindset that you have to have when you go on stage. When you're young and your life is in disorder and you go on stage like that, you could have a goddamn tailspin.
I mean, at the Comedy Store bombing one night, and at the fucking 13-minute mark.
Let me just fucking address the fucking elephant in my head.
Oh shit!
I'm fucked.
You're gonna be fine.
No,
you're gonna be fine.
Fire.
Listen, this is not. Joey and I are gonna come with you to the Brea Improv.
No, I can't go to Brea.
All right, I'm gonna come with Brian and I will come with you.
I can't, bro.
Shit, I will come with you.
I am fucked.
We're gonna be fine.
Whatever you passed, that I don't smoke pot.
Good.
You're on mushrooms, pal.
You're on mushrooms. The pot enhances it.
Oh,
and
the pot
5-HDP.
Right. The
5-HDP. I just wanted pills in here.
I wanted to.
You got cigarettes. What do you expect?
I want to just throw out a quick disclaimer.
I'm even gonna smoke a cigarette. That's how wide you motherfuckers got me now.
Oh, you guys
I
are
didn't even
crazy.
eat the
That
5-HDP.
I really have no concept of fucking time. Like I was
Don't
staring
worry
at
about it,
you
man. Don't worry
with a
about it.
backdrop.
Don't worry about it. Let it
I
go.
haven't talked in like.
This is what I'm going to tell you.
But it seems like an...
Okay, I'm going to help you right here. Yeah,
I'm good.
You're tripping. I'm not. So let me take care of everything.
Everything. Well,
I'll
no,
get you to your
you
show.
You live on this weed.
Yeah. You're fine. The mushrooms
I'm
you're not
fine.
afraid of. The weed is what's freaking you out.
And there's more where that came from.
It's introspective juice, bro. It taps you into the fucking nature of the universe.
Oh, I was just getting out the fucking like the problems that I had in my head, and then I'll be fine now. I just wanted to say I really don't have any concept of time right now.
Good.
That's good.
I got it. Well, I handle it. Okay, so you can. Good. You said it, so that now it's my responsibility. I'm going to get you to your show. Who are you working with tonight?
Yeah, I'm not worried about anything.
But I want you to not
that thought out because
Okay.
I was looking at you, kind of melting, like wanting to say, but I didn't want to interrupt your story.
Gives a fuck. You're beautiful, baby. Look at me with these. I got glasses on. So
I'm not fucking 22, fucking kicking on the couch saying call 911.
Nah, fuck that.
I did. Stanhope and I did DMT.
One weird thing I had to get out of my system.
Stanhope and I did DMT, and Stanhope went into almost like a semi-seizure. And it was the only time I had ever been around anybody who did DMT. Yeah, that's what when you came out. But before you came out of it, you were moaning, man. You're like this. And it was like you got knocked out, dude. It was the same sound that a guy makes when he gets brutally knocked out. When a guy just gets fucking smashed, they have this.
Like the guy last night in The Ultimate Fighter, the first fight.
I didn't see the fights
Oh,
last night.
shit.
Fucking spoiler alert, Joey. Well, I don't know who it happened to, so thanks for not saying the names. But I'm going to go check it out tonight. This weekend, man, I wish you could come. You're not around this weekend.
Nah, I'm busy this weekend.
Dom Herrera's coming.
Is
Dom
he
Herrera's coming to the fights. Ari's coming.
Is he working Dom Herrera in Vegas?
No, he's just coming down to see the fights.
Okay.
And there's a Dom Herrera is really good at pool.
Right.
And Dom Herrera and I play pool sometimes. We're going to go watch some professionals gamble. There's this thing called the actionreport.com, and they have like professional pool players, and they have these big high-level gambling matches where they all pool together like $50,000, $100,000, and the buy-in is usually like $10,000 each guy, and then they bet a bunch of money on the side. Brian, that shit is really distracting.
I'm trying to put something on it.
No, not as
leave it on.
distracting.
Leave the lights on.
Not
They're
as
good for him.
distracting as.
That's Joey's breathing.
He's breathing. He's right. He's right.
I was on Opie and
right in the
Anthony.
mic like the fucking Darth Vader.
I was on Opie and Anthony the other day, and I was listening to it when I was in my car, and Bobby Kelly's like, Joe, what are you fucking breathing? What's up with your breathing? And I didn't hear it when I was on the phone, but then I was listening on the radio. I have a stupid headset, and it sits in front of my nostrils. So as, I'm talking, I don't even realize I'm doing this. Like the whole it was the most annoying fucking thing ever. So to all you who were listening that day, I'm really sorry. I did not know that I was making those annoying noises in the background.
There's going to be some great fights this weekend and motherfucking next weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
You got John Jones Machida. You got some
John
great.
Jones Machida.
They just announced Ellen Berger against Diego Sanchez.
Eve Edwards versus El Cucuy on Spike TV.
Oh, shit. What about fucking Phil Davis against Rashad? They're finally doing that in February or January. Yeah. You're going to Japan. I love it.
Mayhem and Bisping is going to be a crazy fight. Five rounds,
yes, it is.
5 rounds.
Yes, it is. That's going to be a great fucking fight.
God, I wish you were going to be there.
Yeah, we go.
Ari Shaffir is going to be there, ladies and gentlemen, and he's also going to be playing his famous Ari Shaffir,
wait.
non-UFC sponsored, non-UFC sanctioned Hunt for the Edible. I don't know what that means, but if you want to follow it, and I have no connection to this whatsoever, go to Ari Shaffir on Twitter, at ARISHAFFIR. And he may or may not be hiding weed places.
Ari, listen, to the UFC on
saying.
Fox, Ari showed up with a bag of caramels. All right? Ari always has 29,000 edibles close by. The other day I called him. I go, I can't believe. I called him up. I go, I can't believe I'm in traffic. He goes, nah, I always have weed in my car.
Yeah.
And he talked me into rolling the joint on the 405. He goes, roll it. Who gives a fuck? Smoke it.
You rolled it while you were stuck in traffic?
Fuck yeah.
That's beautiful.
One fucking hand, old school.
You know what I like, man? I don't mind being in my car in traffic as long as I got that hands-free system and I can talk to people on the phone.
Talk to people.
It's not bad, man. You can have a conversation. I have like nice long conversations with friends.
Well, you catch up.
Yeah.
Now you catch up on the 20 phone calls you've been.
Everybody's texting. That's all everybody does is text these days. The calls to text. It's like text is 5 to 1.
Have you been doing any of the Siri texting while you're in the car?
No. As soon as I found out that Siri goes to a fucking database, I just said, why am I doing this? Yeah, everything you do goes to a database. Yeah. And I was like, I thought you
were like talking about that fucking shit that we were talking about.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah. Well, apparently that was in iOS, the iPhone operating system, in a diagnostic mode only back in the day. But it's not in it like Android phones. What Brian and I are talking about, some new thing that came out. What is it called? IQ Client?
Yeah, IQ Client. Which
Something
isn't it? Is there a reason why they say it's in there? Have they released that?
I don't think anybody's figured it out yet. It's just been recently discovered. And what it is, for the folks who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, when you buy an Android phone, Doug Stanhope, you have an Android phone now, all right? You fucked up. You should have went iPhone.
Yep.
I know you tried to be a nice contrarian and go against the tide.
I got what they
use
had.
a Windows computer,
give me
too,
one of
don't
those
you?
things I can fucking see, so I don't have to put on reading glasses.
Well, they apparently every time you send a text, it logs it in a database somewhere. It stores
every
it.
key press,
every number you press,
everything you
do is logged in a database somewhere.
It's all right. My girlfriend doesn't get on the line much.
So what you're telling me?
That's not even it.
You think these are the only people that do this, Joe Rogan?
No, it's not I don't think. It's that it's been proven, and that's where it gets interesting. It's not that I don't think other people have done it. I mean, I think the FBI and the CIA has been trying to do this, trying to have the ability to spy on people. And the argument is, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what are you worried about?
Yeah, but
that's not.
The point is, it can be done, so it will be. So you get in the fucking database,
but
and then manipulate that.
It's a shit argument. That argument, like, if you're not doing anything wrong, what are you worried about it? Like, that's a shit argument.
They're still in your fucking life.
They shouldn't be finding every fucking number you press.
Then let me film you poop. I want to see how much do you look at the paper.
Isn't
You're
it-
not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, let me do it.
Let me watch.
But I also
Make
don't
sure
want
you're not
somebody
doing
to
anything
know how many
unholy.
times to do happy faces, or stupid stuff like that.
Right.
Like I do
I
stuff
do
that I'm like,
happy faces all day.
yeah.
But,
what's wrong with that?
These are still
It's not their business.
At the other end of this fucking wire, there's the human being that does that, and he'll be dead with all that information. Who gives a fuck?
No, it's not that, man. You know what the real picture is? It's not that. What the real picture is that we're losing all of our secrets.
Yeah.
And it's going to come to a point in time where there will be no secrets at all.
Yeah, absolute honesty.
Yeah, absolute honesty. But not. Yeah, it's like you can't
It's a
fight
compelling
this.
fucking thought.
It is a compelling thought, but it's everyone's terrified of it because it's being controlled by a group of us. It's by one group of the population, the people who have this information. It's being controlled by them, and we don't like the idea of anybody having any control over any of us because we know it's natural human nature to want to dominate people. So when you see something like this, and there's a database that records everything that's inevitable, right? I mean, if this is the direction that it's going, if you look at like just how interconnected everybody is with Facebook now, and you just look at like
that's a reason.
Twitter,
There's a reason.
right? It's going in that
They
direction.
look at everything. Twitter.
The person in the cubicle next to you is now a celebrity because she can ego surf herself and go, fucking Candy Stouffer is a fucking cunt. She talks too loud and her breath smells like. Yeah, and that's just because the fucking person next to you in the cubicle that you bitch at every morning is Facebooking about you. So yeah.
And you could get famous with one fucking YouTube video. You can have one YouTube video you put up there, and you can get famous.
And you'll be as famous as the next YouTube video,
unless you're really good at.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Yeah, the whole thing's amazing. It's
Remember
bizarre.
Clear Channel?
Yeah.
Just the word struck fear. What a fucking corporate. I don't even know if they exist anymore.
I think they do.
Well, because this is what matters.
Yeah.
Podcasts are what people. I was about to dump Sirius but now you're getting a show on Sirius.
Well, we've been on Sirius for a while on Saturday and Sunday, but fucking dump it. Who gives a shit?
No,
don't dump it, Joe. You don't want to dump Sirius radio.
I love Sirius, but
Sirius.
I'm just not telling you
if
what
I
to
knew
do.
I could get it in my car, I'd listen. I got to fucking drive an hour and a half to an airport.
You could get it in your car.
Yeah, you can get it in your car.
Yeah, I got Sirius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, yes. Every weekend we're on the Opie and Anthony channel.
I wish we had
It used
free
to be the
passes.
virus, but now it's the Opie and Anthony channel.
Joe, we should give free passes from Sirius at least. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
it's ridiculous. Two of my Sirius.
See, we could give Doug a free year right now.
we pay
have
for
a
our
free
own
year.
Sirius.
Talk good about Sirius here.
But yeah, it's fun. It's cool. I love the fact that we can be in the car. And I listen to Sirius every day. I listen to Opie and Anthony basically every day.
Yeah.
Ron and Fez, and I listen to news, CNN. There's a lot of good talk radio stations.
I have this built-in thing. I can't get the XM things for some reason.
Really? Why's that?
Or maybe I haven't
No,
tried.
you can now, I think.
I'm
Maybe you just need to up your
package.
prescription.
I have
your
Stern,
package.
CNN, BBC.
Yeah, I get.
There's
two
no
Sterns,
music
right?
on my fucking presets. No,
Yeah.
it's all.
I have
preset.
classic vinyl because every now and then I'll hit it for a goof and something go, ooh, yeah, I forgot that one.
You have a record player in your car?
No, classic vinyl's a station, you
Oh.
fuck.
Get it?
Oh, Brian.
You buffoon.
We need to
I gotta
make an
get the fuck
O'Brien
outta
shirt.
here.
What the fuck, bro?
I gotta
Come
go
on,
to
dog.
6 o'clock.
I don't.
Dog,
wanna
it's
look
only
at my-
4:30.
I gotta
It's
go.
only
I gotta
4:30,
go. Stanhope's
cocksucker.
gonna stay. I know.
Oh, good. It's
only
only
4:30.
Fucking
Oh, you got
30.
tons of time, guys.
Yeah, no, I just. Yeah,
I'm gonna go to El
I
Cerrito.
wanted to
Please
actually
don't
put a
leave
fucking
me.
my watch on the
Don't leave
table
me.
as a
They dropped a bomb on me late, so.
Are you coming December 30th? That UFC? Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem?
No, I'm gonna do New Year's with you.
Okay, we're gonna do a Vegas show in February around like Super Bowl time.
Right, the 4th.
Yeah, we're gonna do another
Big
one.
one,
Mandalay
big,
Bay, a
big,
big one.
big.
Yeah,
Two
that place
UFC
is awesome.
questions.
Okay.
Does anyone in the UFC, do any of the fighters not like you?
I get along with pretty much every one of them. Yeah, I don't have any problems with them. If I do, I always straighten it out. It's a difficult thing when you're criticizing people that can beat the fuck out of you, and you're criticizing them about their ability to beat the fuck out of each other. And you got to go, look, man, I'm not saying I can do it better than you because that's the automatic presumption. I'm just saying this is what you're doing wrong. I can see it.
Now, who's fighting for the Super Bowl Saturday?
Who's fighting the Super Bowl
earlier?
again?
Did you say
I don't think it's
Bisping's not fighting the fucking guy from the show again?
No, Bisping's fighting Mayhem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're fighting. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I thought I heard a different name. Like
no, they're fighting, and they're fighting
out.
this weekend. This is a fucking huge fight for Mayhem, and for Bisping. This is this brings him into like top contender status. if he beats Mayhem, he's right up there with everybody else.
Does Mayhem have credits other than the stupid fraudulent VH?
It wasn't fraudulent. It was irresponsible, perhaps, but
no, just like
really
not fraudulent from just a viewer's level. Like, oh yeah, they have a beef and they're gonna
a change jar, cocksucker. That's what you thought of. I rubbed your fucking change jar.
That's why
Joey wants to
I don't
leave.
see.
He's
I'm
been
on
thinking about it.
UFC.com.
Like just a small
They don't have the
change jar,
Super Bowl
as big as
card
this
up
cup.
yet.
As big as that's how big the cup.
No, it's more of a jar.
They don't have the
take
Super
it?
Bowl card up here, unfortunately.
We can all talk about
Joey
it.
Jingles, watch your fucking change jar, people.
Joey Jingles, that's your new nickname.
The only time,
Joey Jingles.
The only time I got in trouble, I would steal change out of cars and shit, was when I was an open micer, and I sold cars. And at night, I was living in the city, and I needed change to get back over the fucking bridge. And I would steal quarters or dimes to get $1.35 or something. But
it was one of those periods, and this is what you always have to worry when your friends are telling you they don't do drugs. That's when you worry about them. When they go, oh yeah, I'm fucking doing heroin and fucking sage all night. That's a guy you can trust.
Right.
It's a guy who, no, I cleaned up. Do you need
I
any landscaping done?
Yeah.
You need me to house sit while you're gone? I've cleaned up.
That was some fucking crazy times. Those are some crazy fucking times, man.
Yeah,
I really don't have this Joey Jingles thing is like
young Hollywood days.
I hope he's not really fixated.
Crazy days.
It's just a weird thought that came into my head about a change jar and Joey Jingles.
I remember being at the coaching horses.
Coaching horses, yeah.
Coked up to the point where I couldn't talk. Looking to my left and seeing James Gandolfini there with two of the hottest fucking blondes you ever seen in your life, ready to get his dick sucked. Looking at me, and he's as whacked up as I am. Like him looking at me and me looking at him going, what up, dude? And me being fucked up with that friend of yours, the girl. I mean, that was...
Me and Hedberg went in there when he lived on Sierra Bonita. I was fucking staying on his couch, and we went in there as like a dare. We were daydreaming, like we always walk past it. It's right up the fucking street.
And then you realize how cool it was?
And no one was in there. They had this bartender named Ginger. She was like fucking throw mama from the train. You know mama?
Yeah.
She was that fucked up, and she like, and she was covered in liver spots or crank sores or whatever.
She's still alive?
No, they booted. This is all fucking 90s, but yeah, she had been a bartender there since its heyday before.
Wow.
You know how dive bars go. They go through. So they couldn't fire her, and this old alcoholic ran it. But she threw a blind guy out of the bar for having a dog. There's no dogs. And then the regulars that knew her were trying to explain, no, it's a seeing eye dog. He's blind. I don't care, no dogs.
Wow.
This is like horrific fucking human being. You'd sit at the bar and your drink is out and. Am I good?
Yeah.
All right, good. Sorry,
no,
everyone's listening to me, so I got thrown off.
It's just the sound of Joey's breathing and the silence together. It's disturbing for all
you'd
of
have
us.
an empty drink and she'd go out, you need another one? And people would say, no, I'm good right now. And she'd go, this isn't a bus stop.
Wow.
Like that's why there was no one in there. But then you'd fucking, next thing you know, you're fucking doing, it was Quentin Tarantino, I think we were doing. It's me and like Hedberg and Quentin Tarantino, and that's it in this dive shithole. It's closed now, right?
Yeah, remember we used to play tennis?
That place is closed?
Remember we used to get tennis rackets and play tennis?
I have pictures of it, yeah.
Me, him, and Hedberg. And what was the kid with the long hair from Seattle that was in Ireland doing comedy? And
Shard Hogan or something?
No! Oh, my God. All those guys. And then
Dave Fulton.
Dave Fulton.
Yeah, he's still
Stanhope
around.
had to rent a car that was in front of his house. Again, you could just jump in it and drive it whenever you need it. but the gas gauge was broken. I got busted one time in Santa Monica and San Vicente on fucking rush hour because, you just get in the car. I have an audition, Stanhope. I'm in a bind. Take the car. Boom, get in the fucking car, ran out of gas. Oh, my God. No fucking
It was the gas gauge was broken. That's what
You
it
have no
was.
fucking idea. Another night, Stanhope is out of town or something like that, and he goes, take the car, Celine. And Celine goes, take the car and just bring it to Stanhope's in the morning. I park it on Sunset, and they fucking tow it. The white neon. $200 for the white neon to take it up.
Yeah.
10 in the fucking morning.
Remember when you lived in Venice in that house that was painted like the American flag?
Yeah, they painted it right after 9/11. They painted this giant, it was a duplex, and it was fucking giant stars and fucking stripes.
Oh, so Super Bowl weekend is Diaz versus St. Pierre. That's what it is.
Shit, yeah. I'll be
Yeah, I don't know if St. Pierre is fully repaired, though.
He's repaired.
He had an injury.
The anger he had from listening to Diaz healed the fucking thing. Just healed it.
I hope so.
You know
a lot
what?
of other fights, though.
Why,
Carlos
you-
Condit, Josh Koscheck.
Listen, let's stop fucking talking like fans and talk like men. We don't watch GSP for his knees, all right?
Oh.
Keep wearing those tight fucking shorts.
Yeah.
I love you, motherfuckers.
Do you
I'll
like
see you
the fact that
Sunday.
he shaved? Is that what it is?
I don't know
Joey,
what it is,
you leaving?
but yeah.
Sunday, we're going to have a show here at the Ice House, 8 p.m. Is that what it is, Brian?
Yeah,
Tonight,
the-
I'm dropping by Stanhope to see the
Podcast starts at 7, shows at 8 o'clock.
Powerful,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen. Joe Diaz, ladies and gentlemen.
I just-
Follow him on Twitter. It's Mad Flavor.
fucking flavor.
Mad Flavor, bitches.
Funniest fucking guy in the world.
I love you guys.
Love you too, man. I'll see you Sunday.
Oh, Jesus.
Powerful Joe Diaz.
Don't tell about mom and the cat. You told them. Remember you told about Ralphie May was making out with your mom. And
Ralphie May was making out with your mom?
Oh, yeah. We were.
Whoa, wait a minute.
We had
Hold the
talked-
fuck
my-
on.
Tell them about the cat. When your mother's cat
Oh,
died.
yeah. The cats. I fucking.
Okay,
I still
well,
talk
yeah,
about,
yeah.
I still talk about that in my act.
An ear or a tail, and Stanhope's mother's cat died. So she had to wait for the cat. And she put a little towel, and she put the fucking towel, and she had all the cats sit around the dead cat and look at them and express their condolences for the cat. And I told Mrs. Stanhope, Mrs. Stanhope, she goes, look at them. They love the cat. I go, they don't love them. They're sitting around going, how are we going to get that ear? I need that ear. I need that leg. I need that tail. Because everybody was missing something. Her mother was great with cats. If a cat was missing a leg, that belonged to Mrs. Stanhope. Fuck it.
And that leads me into plugging
Joe
the
Diaz, ladies and
Tucson,
Love the Tucson thing.
Tucson, December 10th.
December 10th, Tucson.
Fucking Joey Diaz says he's showing up. Sean Rouse says he's showing
What
up.
is
But
it?
we already have Brendan. We got Brendan Walsh, Brody Stevens. It's Saturday, December 10th.
What is
Sounds
it?
awesome.
Where you at?
It's the Rialto Theater in Tucson.
Oh, wow.
Doing-
That sounds awesome. What is it for?
It's it's a benefit for the Humane Society.
Oh, really?
Every fucking penny. I'm
Oh.
paying comics fucking airfares.
Really?
Oh, that's awesome,
Nothing's
man.
coming out of the gate. I got that surgery. I had a fucking umbilical hernia. So I just put on my website as a joke. I said, if you, I have this, I described the problem. So it's a belly button hernia, which is your fucking intestines pouring out of
Poking
your
out.
guts.
Oh, my God.
But the fatter and older I got, the more pronounced it became, and people are like, "You got to get that checked." Anyway, I put on my website. I'll give you, if you're a surgeon out there, I'll give you a free DVD if you give me free surgery, and I got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
So-
free surgery. What is it like getting under a fan is going to put you under and then open
It
you
wasn't.
up?
It wasn't fucking Wilds and Whites of West Virginia. Fucking OxyContin. I can fix anything kind of surgery.
He was a respectable doctor.
Yeah, no, there were anesthesiologists that were fans, and you look like Robert De Niro at some points, and I'm trying to fucking ignore a lot of things that are going on in my head. But
Which Robert De Niro? The Cape Fear one?
yeah, I don't know. Your fucking head's just it does that naturally, but it's kind of twisting out of control.
Do 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 do.
That's so
Doug
funny.
I telling a
Stanhope,
story?
it's all going to be groovy.
What
Yes.
was the story?
Who knows? Could be anything.
What?
Any idea what his
it
story
good?
was about?
I can't remember.
Something about Ralphie May making out with your mom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, I don't.
That's what it was supposed
yeah.
to. That's where it was supposed to go.
Yeah, what was I fucking? Was I talking about my mother?
No, I think Joey Diaz just did one of those things where he just ran out and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop this bomb and run." You know what I mean?
Fucks your head up.
Yeah,
it's so important, man.
On this.
Guys like him, man, so important. It's so important to meet dudes that are just out there on the fringes.
We were randomly talking about this last night or this morning about like people that you know that are funnier than any comics you know. Like when they fucking died, there's like, oh, comedy lost a master. No, that was a funny dude at a bar. I have so many people I know that
Comedy's
are just
a lot of things.
fucking funny.
And they just never get into stand-up. But
my manager is funnier than me, and I know it fucking destroys him. This is just genuinely brilliant and funny.
My manager's funny. My business manager's funny. My business manager,
but as funny as comics are funny.
Yeah, he could be a comic. They could easily. Both of them could have been comics if they wanted to be. Yeah, I know a lot of people that could have been comics. There's a lot of them, you know, and it's a funny thing. It's who decides to take that road, who decides not to. Same, but you know, those people that could have done it, man, they're the same type of people to be around. You know, some of the like the guys I used to hang out with at the pool hall, funniest fucking human beings I ever met. They're just derelicts.
Yeah.
Gambling junkies, and they're just wild motherfuckers. Just dudes who they weren't fitting into some 9-to-5 suit job. It wasn't working out for them.
And it wasn't even like comics where comics try to say something funny on purpose.
Exactly.
They're just funny people.
Exactly. They're not working on it. They're not working on a bit. Yeah.
Joey Diaz, just fucking.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What
the cliche is? Yeah, you
can
read a phone book, but he's that funny. Do
you remember the early days when dudes would actually try bits on you?
That's the worst.
Oh yeah, no, I still get it.
I do it all the time.
You do it all the time to people?
I don't like it. It's not a bit. It's something I think of that's funny, and I'm just like, oh, I'll just say it out loud to see if I think it's fun, if everyone thinks it's funny, or if you know. But it's not like I've been writing this bit for many weeks, and I can't.
Oh, I
you
see
know
what
I mean?
you're saying.
You know,
So-
like it's more something I just thought of maybe like that minute. You know.
So you're not sure, so you try it out on people.
I don't really.
If
but
you're
I don't
open
think
about
of it,
trying it out, if you're saying, "Hey, listen, I'm working on this bit.
Right.
Do you have any ideas?"
No, he'll just fucking force it
There's
into
a
the
guy.
conversation.
I won't even say what city because it's he'd know. But there was a comic, like an old, like fucking 30-some plus years in the business, in the green room. I haven't seen you in so long. You haven't worked out blah blah blah. And he starts telling me,
fucking giving it away with that voice.
No, it's no one you probably know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
A British
some
guy.
British
it's
guy.
British
Oh
guy.
no. Am I talking fucked up?
No,
All right.
no.
Black British.
Sorry,
I'm just
sorry.
happy I'm talking like this is.
Sorry.
Anyway, no, I'm good. I'm gonna fucking power through this. Oh yeah, so he fucking riffs all these jokes, like from the new as
Trying to mind you.
conversation, but he's doing a guest set.
Oh, my
and
God.
then goes immediately from the green room and has the exact same conversation that we just had in the green room as a set.
Oh, you know what he did? He just ear fucked you. He just made you sit and listen to his set so he could warm up. That's what he did.
Wow.
But it was almost immediate. Like, hey,
Yeah.
wow,
Perfect
man,
for him.
yeah.
He's like, if I can get it off in front of Stanhope, I'll be fine.
No,
in
but
front
it
of
was
these
someone
fucks.
I've known for like. It was
Yeah,
just
but
one
he
of
doesn't care. There's just people that are basically almost sociopathic. You know, their desire to succeed and the desire to like do well on stage supersedes everything. Supersedes being a human.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't care if they just use you to get their shit off and practice before they go on stage. You're my friend. I'm going to practice on you, you know? You're
Yeah.
my friend. Suck my dick. They're just ear fucking you. Instead of fucking your mouth, they're fucking your ear.
Yeah.
Like they want to get off in your mouth.
Christian
they can't.
Finnegan had their talk blockers.
Talk blockers.
That was Christian Finnegan.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. There's people that just want to talk at you, man. That's the cocaine effect. I don't know what that is, but I've noticed, you know, I'm very ignorant to the effects of cocaine. The only insight that I have is the one time that you and I drank that mata de coco tea. It was the same time that the whole day of the war.
Oh, yeah, all right.
And I remember saying, I can't shut the fuck up. Like, I got a real problem. I cannot shut the fuck up.
I'll give
I
you
wish you were
I'll give you an
podcasting.
analogy that might work. You know when you're writing really well?
Yes.
And you're like, fuck. And
Yeah, it's in the
I do
groove.
this to bingo. Like, fucking just be with me because my head's going faster than I can write. And I just bounce ideas off of her on purpose. That's
Right,
what cocaine is like.
Right.
Where you're fucking, okay, I'm rapid cycling. No, you need to hear this because my fucking brain's going and.
Right.
So, but it's two people doing that at the same time, and it's all fucking pointless, and it's a bad notebook.
It's inorganic.
Yeah.
Well, is Adderall the medium then? Because a lot of people that are on Adderall all day, they mean, but what's the difference between the cocaine high and a speed high?
Well, I know Adderall is very much a lot like cocaine. It makes me feel like I'm even getting drips because it just is like a constant reminder that it feels like I'm on cocaine. But it seems like it lasts longer, and like where cocaine, you feel this like up, and then like 15 minutes later, you feel like you're in another
a jolt. Where for me, Adderall, that just gives me anxiety.
Yeah,
like it's a long term. Like I don't. I like the what do you call it, the practice of doing coke. I like the chopping up and doing a line is really romantic. If you do it, and if you do it in the fucking comedy, like the Comedy Store green room of the main stage green room of the Comedy Store, just like I want to chop up a rail.
That mirror is just covered in
it's a piano.
But it's mirrored.
Honestly, I know it's a mirrored piano. It's hilarious.
But it's not a real piano.
Like you do Red Bull or like I can do boom. Okay, I do a bump and I move on with my life. It's like a fucking energy drink now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? Wow, that's amazing.
But it's the whole act of it is.
I was on the highway once. I was like 18 years old. I was with my friends. We were driving home, and we were in Revere. We were near Kelly's Roast Beef. It's a fucking really sketchy neighborhood with a great place to get fried clams. And as we're driving, we see this car beside us. And the people in the back seat had the light on. They had the dome light on, and they were doing coke. And the girl looks over at me. I looked at her, and she just goes, "Fuck you!" She just looks at me and has this fucking evil look on her face. "Fuck you!" And I'm like, whoa, I don't know. All I did was look over at you, caught you doing coke, and she's going, and I was like, okay.
So, but it's weird how a little thing like that will
scare you off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that.
The first time I did acid, we lived in Vegas. I lived with this family. We're all like renting from her, but there was kids in the they'd play basketball in the driveway every day, and 8 to 12 years old every day. And the first time I did acid, we took it, and I'm having a fun time, and I'm like, this is fucking good. And then we went back in for a second hit, and I put the acid on my tongue, and then we walked back out into this. I'm fucking tripping hard, and there's a bunch of kids, little kids playing basketball, and someone threw me the basketball, so I inhaled, still had the paper on my tongue, and it stuck to the fucking clitoris in the back of your throat. So I puked into my mouth in front of kids, but I'm consciously thinking I don't want to lose the hit of acid that I just put. So I have a mouthful of puke, trying not to. So I try to swallow the puke, which makes you puke way harder than anything else.
Oh.
So I extreme vomit in front of all these horrified children. It's 4 p.m.
Jeez.
And I start picking through the puke because I don't want to listen. I don't want to lose that hit of acid.
Oh my god!
And I found the acid in my puke,
and
I wiped it off in my beer neck.
Would it even still work?
But just the looks on the faces of the children, where some guy that was just your neighbor guy kind of guy is coming out, and now he's rummaging through his own vomit in the afternoon.
Oh.
Such a beautiful image, and that might queer those kids off of doing acid, is my point.
You know what? Yeah.
Much like you were queered off coke from a finger, some man in a mullet rummaging through his vomit on a side street in Vegas.
Oh, my God.
That might make you think.
Yeah.
But it was one of the best nights of my life.
Did you tell him?
To this day, it was one of that fucking trip was still legendary. Like, yeah.
Just from eating that, did you think when you put it back in your mouth, it hit you harder?
Oh, well, it was a second hit. The point is, no, it was my first time tripping, so I was already on one hit and wanted more, of course. Let's do more.
Wow. Yeah, that probably did queer them off it.
Yeah.
Probably just
much.
Is it okay to say queer them off it?
No.
I'm just so happy I remembered why I started the story is because you were talking about the cocaine and the woman. That seems like 40 minutes ago.
It was a long time ago.
Really, I'm so fucking.
It was weird when you started taking a nap just right there. You took like a little nap. Do you remember?
Did I?
Brian's fucking with you. Don't do that, Brian. Oh. Don't fuck with dudes that are tripping on.
Oh, come on. That was not fucking. I'm sorry.
All right, fella. Settle down. Your cigarette went out? The new cigarettes went out.
Yeah, well, I guess I talked for a minute.
I thought cigarettes just designed to burn forever.
There's been a lot of this show that I'm just sitting listening to in my car, and I'm like, oh, wait, I'm on it. Fuck, I got to talk. I was just a huge fan sitting back for a while.
In California, they actually have these new cigarettes where they stop burning after certain parts of the cigarette.
That's only California. We were talking about that. Like, that was a fad, like child-proof lighters. But it's a California thing?
Well, I don't know if it's all California, if they just did them for all cigarettes, but it's so that people, when they flick them out their windows, it will go out and not blow and catch a fire.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be... How do they do that? What kind of chemical is that?
Who knows what the fuck they're putting in there anyway? The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, that's what it is. They approved more than 500 different chemicals that are in cigarettes.
Well, that's fantastic for Philip Morris, who I've just put...
Did you buy stock? Buy some Philip Morris stock?
The other day, my fucking accountant, you know, do something with your money or something.
Is that who talks to you?
Well, no,
he's his accountant, Brendan Walsh.
No, that's how I hear it. It's just for like trying to tell me about a rainy day. Like I've actually said that to him. I go, I don't really have that much confidence in saving for later. So yeah, let's just keep it in the bank. Can I get it with an ATM? All right, that's all I care about.
Just gotta hope it's still real, right?
But yeah, no, I had to get comedy accounts. They're very cool, but it was when they're trying to talk to you real business like, and you go, yeah, I probably won't be alive then. And they're like, ooh, how do we talk?
So you got an accountant that's just a regular dude. You don't.
No, he's the comics accountant. He has like 500 comics.
And
I want to name drop him. I can't remember
yet he
his
still
name,
doesn't think that
it's something Jewish.
So he's still shocked.
Wait, Harvey Altman and his kid. They're fucking big comedy fans.
Well, that's cool. So what he's trying to do is
or shysters.
We'll find out soon. That does happen upon occasion.
They've done well by me.
You been shysted?
No, I said they've done
well by you.
That was my plug. I have to always mention Harvey Altman.
Have you heard
after I stutter and try to remember his name?
Have you heard about this new fucking thing that's going down? This new bill that they're trying to define the United States as a
First of all, don't fucking O&A me where you're talking to your laptop. I'm trying to make it seem like a conversation.
I'm trying to
wonder why I don't talk for 30 minutes.
Buddy, it's just for a second.
He's got the cheat
Even
codes.
fucking Norton. Even Norton sits on there with he's constantly just looking at his cell phone. Fucking I guess, is always staring at a laptop, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
It does ruin the flow. You're correct. I just wanted to get your take on it. I
always thought it was closing. Like, every time you do O&A, I love them. They're all great people. There's no pretense with them, but it all seems like they're going out of business. Like
why? What do you mean?
They just have that attitude of, anytime they're going to start taking boxes out of your... Because they're all just watching, like it's not even like for the show. Like you're looking up something for the show.
They're just fucking around while they're working.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Norton's fucking twittering.
That's a problem when nobody stops everybody from doing that shit.
I went on there last time and I felt like, are we really on the air?
It's so easy to just fucking check your Twitter all the time.
I think it's just because they do it every day. Can you imagine doing this every day for what, 4-6 hours? How long do they do it? That's craziness.
Yeah, what we do is a lot, and it's still.
Don't get me wrong. I was
no problem, very manageable, but
it was very comfortable. But it was like where you go, we're just we're just four of us hanging out.
They're just so comfortable with hanging out that it doesn't seem like they're putting on a show.
For minutes at a time.
No, come on, they don't do that.
No, it just seemed like that when you're in there.
That's my favorite show to do, because when you do that show, it's just like you're hanging out. It doesn't feel like, so many shows, it's like you feel like you're upright, your posture's upright, and you're just trying to give a good presentation, and then you leave. You're like, I never feel like I connected with these people. But, you go to O&A, it's just a hangout, and people just walk in. You know, there was people
Fucking
walking in the hall,
Dice
just
Clay
wander
walked in
Yeah,
and just
walked in.
owned the place, and it was
Marion
so
Barry
amazing.
walked in once. Marion Barry, and we were asking him questions about smoking crack.
Yeah,
he just was in the hallway, wandered in.
The amount of energy Dice Clay can still put into being Dice Clay, and you don't know.
He's a master.
You have no idea what's an act.
Yeah,
I'm talking to Norton. He's my friend. I'm going like, how much is that? That's what it's like on the road. And they like, well, you're not telling me if this is fucking real right now.
So you don't know if it's him or if it's real.
Yeah, well, he's got that. What's her name? The great chick from the Comedy Store, legendary.
Eleanor.
Yeah. She was.
It's
with
funny
him
that you immediately knew who it is. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh, Eleanor's amazing. She's amazing.
She is the
awesome
Comedy Store to
being.
me. Like,
yeah, when she's gone, that place is dead. You know, they don't have any of the old waitresses working there anymore.
Is she still there?
No. She's a comic, man. You know, she's a comic. She's doing well.
Oh fuck.
She's doing really well.
But all the waitresses are all gone.
I really thought there was someone over there, and then
it's
when
Robert
they started
Plant
gyrating on me, I'm like, oh fuck, what is?
Look at Robert Plant.
There's a giant fucking half-naked
Look at Robert Plant balls and cock right there. It's clearly defined.
That's an 18-foot ceiling, and they're projecting Robert Plant's fucking package.
Wow, that's so weird. Look, he's got his balls and cock are clearly on the left side of his pants.
Yeah, no.
Look, there's his dick.
It's almost sculpted.
It's weird. It's not even real. And the way he moves is like he would be terrible at fucking. You know, he's not like Bobby Brown up there. Hey, have a little step I take.
They call that whiskey dick.
He just looks like the way he moves is like real awkward.
He's a bottom.
I wouldn't want him fucking me. I'll tell you that. I'd be like, come on, buddy. What's this? What are we doing
I've
here?
never seen you dance, Joe.
You never know, bro.
This sounds like it's going to become a dance-off between Robert Plant on the wall.
Boogie.
And
they just didn't have the same awareness back there, I don't think.
Don't worry, no one's filming.
Look different. They are, though. If you had an all-time favorite band, Led Zeppelin, is it up there?
No.
No? Really?
Pink Floyd The Wall would be like on my top 5 albums.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also have Counting Crows and Tim Curry, who no one knows his fucking music at all. Tim Curry put out some really
Tim Curry, the actor?
Yeah.
Really?
From Clue?
Yeah. No.
He had one kind of vague hit with I Do the Rock. I do the rock myself. No?
Oh, yeah.
And that was it. Like, he did Rocky Horror and then put out 2 albums and then a best of.
He was the lead in Rocky Horror, right? He was that wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that guy's like a really good singer.
Yeah.
Like what kind of music?
He's kind of
you put him above Led Zeppelin?
What's his?
You putting him above Led
Zeppelin? There's no Zeppelin album I want to sit on a fucking island and listen to.
Wow.
Really? Alone?
That's crazy.
You heard the ocean?
But I don't like music. I don't like it. Just just ruins conversation.
It does sometimes, but it's great when you're on airplanes.
I read or I sleep.
I do too. I do those too. But I also like listening to music and writing.
I hate music.
Really?
Weird. Yeah. No. I want to download. Like, and if you're out there, if you're listening. I want a lot of fucking like big band swing, but no vocals. That's what I want to listen to when I write. Is no vocals. I want to have
big
that as
band
background.
Swing, huh?
Yeah, background music.
Oh, I do the same thing. You know what I do? I do Spanish music.
Yeah, fucking.
Joe, does
classical? Yeah, it sounds just. Yeah, it has an air of cunty right around.
Right, it does.
Makes me write cunty.
Does Ralphie May play the guitar?
I don't know.
No, but he didn't fucking die. Like, Ralphie May's in my death pool. I had to put one comic. This is a for money one. It's a real death pool, not like just something we joke about. This is for money.
How much money?
$50 each person for a year.
How many people?
There's only 11 people, but next year we're gonna get this rocking. I've never had more fun than being in a death pool.
Really?
Yeah,
wow,
like you're calling. It's like having stocks or something. You're like checking the paper. Like
people get super offended when you put them in your death pool, though.
Well, I've had so many people. I front loaded Celebrity Rehab. So Tom Sizemore, if you're listening, geez, you know what? Fucking remember the crackle of that rock. How the adrenaline, the self confidence. Get back with Heidi Fleiss.
I don't think
you guys are great together. Because I need you to die by December 31st because I'm in 7th place. My only death this year is Jeff Conaway, and I get some.
Oh, that guy died, huh?
Yeah, but there's a bonus system. Like if there's an overdose, I get another 25 points for the overdose and he was a Scientologist.
Ooh.
He went to that after Celebrity Rehab, so Scientology is another fucking...
Scientologist late in life then. Very late, right?
Yeah, because Dr. Drew didn't work. So he's...
Brian, can you pull up a video of that guy all fucked up? Because I heard that on Celebrity Rehab he was super fucked up. I heard it like a bunch of different times, but I never saw it. Did you ever see it?
Who?
That guy that died.
Jeff Conaway. Yeah, that's... Because I don't follow pop culture, but I watch Celebrity Rehab because I hate Dr. Drew with such a violent passion. Because he's a fucking shyster, snake oil salesman piece of shit. And it's all on a fucking the new DVD that'll come out as soon as I can pick a cover.
Dr. Drew is a good guy. I like Dr. Drew.
That's why
he's a real nice guy.
It makes him more evil because he believes what he's saying.
He says some crazy shit though. He said some really ridiculous shit about marijuana and the addiction properties of it and the withdrawal
that keeps him
effects.
in business. Again, he's one of those like non-compliant
this is part of that.
frauds.
But he's kind of adjusted his stance on that, and he's kind of like, hey, this is what always pisses me off about people when they have this.
He adjusts his stance based on fucking the polls,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah, well, it's a personal freedom issue, and anybody who doesn't understand that is ridiculous. And if it was really that bad, there'd be a bunch of fucking bodies attributed to it, and there's none. And my real problem with it is that they always have this whole,
see me
like,
tonight in Brea.
You'll
might
be fine.
Just on a fucking slab.
Dude, you're going to be great. You're great. It's only 5 o'clock.
Good.
You got mad time, dude. 3 hours from now, you'll be lucid.
That was me being just self-deprecating and plugging Brea.
Brea Improv tonight. Yeah, one show. What time? 8 p.m.?
If you're not listening to this, then you'll have no idea why the show went like that.
Is it 8 p.m.?
Yeah, I guess.
Who's doing the show with you?
Improv. It's fucking like...
Usually 8 p.m. Who's doing the show with you?
It's like your family. When's dinner? 5.
Yeah.
Always 5.
Always 5. Always 8. Yeah, you can't have a nutty 11:45 show.
I've played like 3 improvs now. It was 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4 where they hadn't updated the fucking video screen. Stop that fucking Redban right now. It's making me
dude, you keep changing that, and it's distracting.
You told me to show you the video, to search the video for Jeff Conaway, and so I was going to play it.
Video, that's Doug's face.
Yeah,
but I was going to play it for you.
Giant head.
Okay.
That I'm against.
Okay, I love your head. Let's play that Jeff Conaway thing. Let's see. Now that you got it up there. Oh, that's Led Zeppelin. Oh, he's over there. Oh, wow.
You don't have to worry about a thing.
What's that music, Brian? Is that in this? That's your fucking shitty music? That's really in your iPod?
No.
Oh, play this back so I can hear this guy's voice. He's jacked, dude. Put it early.
They're subtitling it for a reason. He's not making.
I know, but I want to hear the noises.
But that guy was fucked. They showed. This is back when they glorified the pre-story.
Look at him.
There we go.
Dude, drugs suck.
Killing yourself.
Killing myself, you said.
How would you do that? Are you seeing something? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing myself breaking that mirror and slashing my throat with it.
Jesus.
And those glasses. I could break them and I could slit my wrists with them.
How amazing would it be if this guy didn't do any drugs at all and this was like a role he was playing to try to let people know he can still fucking act?
Yeah. But yeah, and Dr. Drew is about to tell him that fucking God will heal it.
Dr. Drew doesn't say that, does he?
Yeah, he's a fucking 12-stepper. That's what AA is. They put you into 12-step programs.
Yeah, but you know
you're
why?
all about God.
You know why I think they do that? I think it's a mechanism. I agree with you that it's silly if you want to look at it as far as like whether it's plausible.
And I'm crying at the same time. And some guy in the audience talks to me. He says, "You laughing or you crying?" I turned my head. So I said, "I'm laughing and I'm crying."
Okay, kill it, Brian. Thank you. If that guy was really acting, if that's really wasn't how he really is, if he was just acting, that would be brilliant. What a great move! Somebody should do that.
He
should go on Celebrity Rehab.
Died like that.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing it. But what a great idea it would be to show people how good you can act. Go on Celebrity Rehab and just fake.
That's
being
what they do.
Fucked up.
No, that's what they do. They've had people on there for marijuana addiction. They're like it. I think he said he's not doing it anymore, which I hate because I love trashing that fucking.
I think he takes shit for it. Well, he's got that new CNN show now, I think.
Yeah, now he's trying to. I'm not just a doctor of sex and drugs now. Now I'm a doctor of life.
You know
that some that fulfill
CNN
your destiny or.
They become celebrity doctors. They're very tricky, like that CNN guy, that Sanjay Gupta.
I actually thanked him on my no refunds.
Really? Why?
I just thanked weird people. It's a name that sticks in your head, that like syrup. Yeah. Sanjay Gupta. Next it was Sanjay. Stop with saying Sanjay Gupta. Fucking just make up another name. So I put Sanjay Gupta back into the universe instead of stuck in my head like a fucking leper.
That guy took hundreds of thousands of dollars from pharmaceutical companies. Takes over $100,000 a year.
He's a piece of shit.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I can't stand those fucking.
He's always talking about
coming over to take our fucking white people's pieces of shit jobs.
Coming over here and stealing our fucking.
Where's that white guy I used to hate? Sanjay Gupta.
They're coming over here and taking our corruption.
Who's that nonsense sayer? Wow.
You all right, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I haven't been high in so fucking long.
Is that what it is?
You used to not smoke weed at all.
I don't smoke weed at all. That was
yeah, but I'm like many years. I've seen you turn down weed like every single time until this is the first time I think I've ever seen. Yeah, you smoke.
It's great, isn't it?
I love it.
I'm intimidated.
Why are you intimidated by it?
No, I'm intimidated. You made me smoke pot.
Oh,
it was going around the table. I didn't want to be the uncool kid.
Well, you said you were. The only reason I even passed it to you is because you said before that.
Yeah,
I'm even willing to smoke pot.
Well, I really want to. It's so fucking available.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's the thing. Like, I want to have a taste for it. I want to stop fucking drinking so much.
You should try the edibles. You know, the reason why the edibles have a totally different effect, man. It's like really like a strong psychedelic.
Yeah.
You know, you eat cookies. Eat one of these fucking cookies that Joey takes.
The problem is it's like every other drug or alcohol. It would be starting. I'd be 18 years old again, which is what I feel like right now, where I'm just fucking stupid and forgetting that we have to fucking entertain you assholes.
We're fine. It's entertaining. You're fine. You're fine. I know what you're saying.
But the point is, I don't want to have to start with weed. Like, okay, how much can I smoke before a show?
It always amazed me that you were so introspective. You're a very introspective dude, and you don't have any ego problems, and yet you didn't smoke weed. I always thought that was really interesting.
It always made it, because it was never a community thing. When you trip with people, you're all like, we're together.
Right.
We're all fucking in this. And every time I smoked weed, it seemed like everyone was laughing without me or at me, and it wasn't. Never felt.
Maybe you gave up on it like way too early. Maybe you're smoking it with the wrong people. Because if you're smoking it with us, it's just a giggle fest. You know, we just smoke weed, break down the universe, and laugh at shit.
You're probably smoking too much too, but you're probably thinking it's like a beer where you have to have many hits. Honestly, I think like even before a show, one hit usually would be awesome.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to do it before a show.
It's been so long that since I actually was like a teenage fucking weed smoker and realized I've given it plenty of opportunities.
The problem is there's two kinds of weed. There's indica, which is what you always get. That's what you normally get in Florida. It's what you get if you don't know a guy. It's what you get if you're not educated. Indica is the stuff that makes you sleepy. It's really bad for short-term memory loss. Sativa is not so great for it either. Short-term memory is a weird thing with marijuana. It's almost like the thoughts are coming at you so quickly you forget what they are 10 seconds later. You're telling me how many push-ups
I should be able to do when you can do a fucking
No,
lot.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's two different kinds of weed. That the indica is probably what you were getting all the time. You probably weren't getting the sativa.
These are you're legendary for giving a dude that smokes pot a lollipop and he can't get off a fucking couch. All right. So
who was that?
You tell me. I don't. A lot of people that have fucking. I tell them it's fucking it's supposed to be pot. Like I couldn't move. And
well, you know what it is, man. I like it hard. I'm like if it's gonna hit me, it should knock me on my ass. I did say it.
Yeah.
I want it to knock me on my ass, man. When you take an edible, you wanna really blast off into the ultimate, like the furthest extent that you could.
But you function like that.
Yeah.
The same way I function shit-faced drunk.
Yeah. I don't always function perfectly
move
like
around
that.
like that.
I got to be careful.
Because I spent 21 years doing it. Like you're a fucking seasoned.
Do you still get hangovers?
I just feel like shit all
the time, every day.
Every second, no energy.
I've quit drinking coffee, rather. I quit drinking coffee like
for
8
the
days
kids.
Ago. No, just for a goof. Just
Daddy,
see what
we
happens.
don't like it when you
fucking drinking coffee. Why are you awake? Why are you awake? I just
you sleep with the TV on. It's hell. I need a shuttle bus to the other wing.
I took off a few days, and then I had a cup of coffee, and it hit me like a lightning bolt. I was like, whoa, is this what coffee's normally like? Because usually I drink it, and I don't even feel it. It's like I'm so used to just drinking coffee. Like I'll have 2 cups of coffee in a day, and maybe even more when we're doing the podcast. I'll pound down 3 while we're sitting there. And then you don't realize that your body just developed, like, whoa, we need to process this shit nice and quick, and we need to develop a fucking tolerance for it. And then when you don't have it for a while, your body sort of normalizes, and then you'll have a coffee, and it's like, whoa, like it really jolts the shit out of you.
My nerve, I attribute it to alcohol, but my nervous system, when I drink coffee now, a lot of times I just fucking visibly shake just from I drink decaf, and
Wow.
But I don't know if it's my nervous system is like that weak where just coffee affects it. You know, you get older, you think everything is attributed to something.
Yeah, and
I'm so happy when my friends that don't drink all the time don't remember anything like I do.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, you use your mind a lot more than a lot of people, I bet, just because of the fact you're always writing and you're always performing and you're always putting your act together and organizing it and putting new shit together and putting out DVDs. But you know, all of us, it doesn't matter who you are, it's eventually this thing is going to shut off.
Well, yeah, there's a water level, a high water mark to how much fun you had, and it has to be more fun than that to register.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I got drunk with you in Indianapolis, but that's happened how many fucking decades in a row? Okay, I don't remember you. Did we fucking kill a guy? Is that like you'd have to supersede other levels. Oh, we went to a titty bar. Oh, did I see tits there? Oh, of course I remember you from 2002, you fucking stewed.
There's been too many decades and too many. Yeah, it's interesting when you look back at it.
I've likened it to like if you went to your entire public schooling, comedy, 21 years of comedy. It's like if you went to your entire public schooling and then college and then a couple of years of grad work, but you were shit-faced every day for your entire fucking schooling and in a different school every week. And you come up and say, do you remember me from 8th grade? There's a fucking million 8th grades in this career. Right?
Well, not only that, you think about the numbers of people you meet every night. Your brain's not designed for that. Your brain's designed to meet like 50 people. You know, you're designed to have like 100 people around you.
Because Richard Jenny, when I remember that the head of the class chick I dated forever, the fucking redhead. I was dating her, and so she had done a Platypus Man's like pilot for and so she'd be at the Improv, and they'd like hug and kiss, and you know how Richard Jenny was a bit of a lech, and she'd introduce me as her boyfriend. She'd go, and this is my boyfriend Doug, and I'm like this fucking cunt with a mullet in the corner, and you go, yeah, anyway, it's great to see you. Want to go out to the thing and sushi and like, and he did that a lot to me. And then he was hosting one night at the fucking Montreal, like one of the dirty shows, one of their late night contrived pieces. Yeah, it's the Danger Zone, and he was emceeing it. Richard Jenny, you know, the dangerous Richard Jenny on the Danger Midnight. They fucking get another 25 quids out of you. He says, I've never seen this next comic before. And I go, you fucking hit on my girlfriend all the time. Like,
so you got this on stage?
Yeah, he introduces me. I've never met this comic before, but I've heard good things. Like, I just opened with, you never met me. You fucking try to hammer my girlfriend in front of me like I'm nothing all the time.
Wow.
He took it in good spirit. Well, till the end. Till he killed himself because I said it.
Do you think that's what really ultimately triggered him?
I'm pretty sure that was
just a slow burn.
My young fucking spirited Montreal.
That one rant just destroyed his self-esteem.
Yes.
Did you like him as a comic?
He had one of the fucking best bits, and I've tried to find it on the internet about something about playing the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald to clear parties.
Oh, yeah.
I try to find that on the fucking YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a good comic, man. I didn't know him as a human being. I guess you did, but
no, I didn't.
Great comic.
I was just poking fun when I said that on stage.
No, of course, I know.
But the point of the story is now I'm Richard Jenny. Like people like you don't fucking remember me. I opened for you like 5 times. Like I'm sorry. I know you when we're doing shots of Jägermeister.
During that time, I know you.
Yeah, and maybe that memory comes back. But.
Do you know of a thing called Dunbar's number? It's a theory that there's only a certain amount of numbers, a certain amount of human beings you can keep inside your head. You can only have like a friendship with like 150 people. And when it's more than 150 people, you simply don't have storage for it. So all the people that you meet, I mean, you're meeting hundreds of people every fucking weekend. Your brain is just overly burdened, and you try to keep in touch with these people and stay friends with them.
And it's a building process because when you first start getting any kind of fame, you're like, oh, you traveled from Youngstown. Well, I'll take you to fucking After Hours, and then they think they're your friends, but then you get more fans, so there's a value to them because they're fans, and you've never had that, which is a shitty thing to say, but it's the truth. Then you get more fans, and you're like, all right, I'm not taking you to fucking breakfast every time I see you because now I have an actual fan base, and then you have too many fans, and then you don't even understand why they like you because you hate yourself, and then, oh, sorry, did I go too far with this?
Douglas, you don't hate yourself.
No, I was trying to bring that to an absurd place, but the you can't be friends with your fans on some level.
It's a tricky thing. Well, your fans especially. You got a bunch of fucking psychos following you.
Well,
around,
I have
your
another fucking
forum?
suicide. I have a suicide letter I got to post fucking on my site. Yeah, it's we got a 4th of July I had my lawyer fucking fact check it, and
it's a real suicide.
Yeah,
somebody killed themselves and sent a letter to you.
Yeah, they sent a letter. I wanted to see you before. You know, it was nice. It was. My friend is. You get in a picture. 4th of July party at the house. So I get this fan mail. I always put my address on the fucking website. Hey, steal stuff. Hey, today it's Friday, right? Whatever it is, Tuesday. Steal something from work right now, podcast listeners. Steal something from work. It doesn't have to have any value. Just some piece of shit. Take your fucking coworker's picture of their niece off their desk and mail it on the company dime right now to Bingo at 212 Van Dyke Street, like Dick Van Dyke. 212 Van Dyke, Bisbee, Arizona 85603. So I put this. I'll do this every now and then on radio or on my Facebook, just because Bingo's retarded and she never understands why all these packages are showing up with fucking Post-it notes. Some guy sent his coworker's phone. Like he just unplugged their phone. I don't know if it's FedEx or UPS. The guy wrote, he said, "This is my last day on the job, so I'm going to send you." He sent a scanner that's so like obsolete, like they can't replace them. So it has value, and he's quitting his job anyway. So he sent something UPS or FedEx on their dime as a fuck you.
Oh, that's hilarious. Jesus Christ. That's fucking funny. So what do you do with all this stuff? What do you have stored?
Oh, it's usually nothing of value. I don't like fucking UPS scanner. I drop everything at the thrift store. Like most people's like T-shirts that you get from.
Oh, so you just take them.
You mean
start my T-shirt company, and you go.
There's a lot of T-shirt companies. Have you noticed how many T-shirt companies there are? Like everybody has a T-shirt.
A lot of T-shirt companies, especially in the MMA world. That's when I really noticed it.
Yeah, sell it to fucking the MMA world because guys with fucking beer guts don't wear T-shirts. I wear layers.
You wear layers.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with your clothes off?
I don't fuck anymore.
Done.
You just lost all. You don't like it.
When was the last time you tapped?
Well, occasionally you do narcotics and they go, oh, hey, yeah, I have a sex drive. And then so yeah, probably Portland.
Once a year?
Yeah, but it wasn't like we just start laughing in the middle. Like, this is so ridiculous.
Wow.
It's just, yeah, it's such a non-event. It feels fucking trivial.
What is that like? It's a weird feeling. What is that like?
It's like if you just you weren't hungry anymore. You want to eat? No, good. Yeah.
But it's funny how many people, their lives are defined by that lust and that passion, and how important it is for them.
Well, you do see where like my comedy is fucking slouched since then, but you realize that you boil it all down to what was the root cause of all this desire was pussy, and then you fucking blow a load on her tits, and you go, isn't there a better way to say I like you? Like, isn't there something?
There's not if she likes it.
Yeah,
if she likes it and you like it, it's pretty fucking fun.
But it's nature's fuck job where now you can think past nature, where you go, all right, now I see what nature does, but nature's fucked.
Do you just ever
entire where you can look at the actual fucking planet Earth and go, you fucked up. I know it's a pompous attitude, but I guess to say that nature is fucked and we're right.
Well, we are natural.
We have logic.
Yeah, we're natural too, man. That's one thing that people don't consider. I think that everything we do is ultimately very natural.
Natural. Fucking the chemicals you're promoting are natural because they came from somewhere in the earth.
Exactly.
There's no fucking alien substances.
Right. Everything is natural, even chemicals.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. I think behavior is as well. I think the people are so fucked up because our organism is designed to promote a purpose. And that purpose seems to be technologically related. It seems to be about innovation.
Redban's purpose is to get me a cocktail, little lady.
Okay. I'll take one too, fella. Give me another one of those.
I'll take one of your
Sam Adams.
I'll take one of your diet fucking off-brand 7-Ups.
You want the Food Club special?
Yeah.
Did you get Food Club 7-Ups?
He says, well, I keep diet for the porn stars.
Oh, they all like diet?
That's what he said. But he's got like some fucking off-brand Sam's Cola kind of.
He told me he keeps energy drinks for the porn stars. So they all want energy drinks.
Yeah. Can I get an energy drink? Oh, no, actually, no. You have Vitali vodka. I drink Red Bull and vodka. I try to get rid of that fucking Jägermeister burden. Just saying Jägermeister on stage, you feel like I'm fucking a 44-year-old man saying Jägermeister. No.
Yeah. Is that a bad thing to say?
It's just a feeling? At some point where you go, I'm too old to do this. You've had those moments.
Sure. Yeah. When you're doing shots. But somehow or another, whiskey, you could be 60 and still get a shot of whiskey. You're doing Jaeger bombs when you're 60.
Exactly.
You look like a man of no class.
But I've grown a taste for all this shit where all the beer that I like is just shit, horrible corporate beer. And I watch football too.
So what? Embrace it.
But no, the fact that you see all the ads are geared towards the dumbest people alive, and you go, I like your product. Why do you make me feel like an asshole for fucking having a giant ad campaign saying that the fucking label tells me when it's cold because I don't have fucking temperature? But that's what I like. Shit. I enjoy shit. I'm at terms with it. I just hate when it's marketed towards me.
I know what you're talking about, when it treats you like you're dumb. But there's a lot of shit that's cool. You know, I like muscle cars. I know they're stupid. I know they're dumb. I don't care. I have a Shelby Mustang. I like the way it sounds. I like when I hit the gas, it goes blum, blum. I'm very aware that we're on a planet, and this planet is a part of a galaxy, and this galaxy is a part of the universe. I'm enjoying this fucking Mustang.
You know
it's
what?
Fun.
I didn't ask to be here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fuck you and your environment.
Yeah.
I didn't sue my mother.
Yeah.
She is the one who had the fucking gall to create life without its consent.
Yeah, that's my attitude towards anybody that tells you that you're supposed to be really involved in our political system. Hey, we're born into a fucking system that we have no control over, and it's absolutely, completely fucked.
It's really.
You want me to really get involved and invested in this? Is that really fixable?
Yeah, no. You make your own fucking government. It's what the Amish do. It's what gangs do.
Yeah.
You make your own fucking reality. Yes.
But then the federal government is always the big daddy looking over the whole pile. But it's
something that you learn to avoid the same way you avoid fucking scorpions.
Right.
Like I live in Arizona. I shake out my shit before I put it on.
Do you really? How often do you get scorpions?
Well, not often enough. But if it's been sitting there for a while, you shake it out because
you know your environment.
Yeah, exactly. The point is, the same way you avoid every other fucking obstacle, you just avoid the government. You vote for Ron Paul, and it makes you feel good, and there's nothing to do on a Tuesday anyway. And it makes you you can't
start a compound though. They don't let you do that. Can't
But
do
you
that.
just don't call it a compound.
What do you call
That's
it?
the thing is people have
Can't
to
have guns
brag
there,
and
then.
Call it a church.
they have to
True.
be fucking like, oh, I'm gonna get on fucking radio and tell everyone's coming to my compound, Waco. You know what? Just fucking shut up. Go down to fucking properties cheap in Texas. Get a whole compound and just say, hey.
Do you think you'll
come
ever
on
move
by.
to Texas?
Don't fucking proselytize. And
Yeah, you
fucking
can get
on
plenty
the
of pussy
airwaves.
just running it that way.
Yeah,
you don't have to get crazy.
Everyone that's in a fucking criminal element has to be so like.
They take it too far.
Yeah.
What gets them to the party ultimately drowns them. They drown in their own desire
Fucking,
to.
if Occupy Wall Street would dress up like Wall Street so they were indecipherable. Yeah,
It's too
just
much money. It's a lot of money.
it's a fucking thrift store run. You
Yeah,
know,
but you got to cut your hair. It's a lot of dudes with dreadlocks.
exactly. So commit yourself to the cause. You know what?
That's not gonna help.
That's why I love Anonymous. Like if they fucking sold merch, I'd buy a shirt. Like
I was thinking, Brian, we
I'm
should do a Guy Fawkes mask day where we wear the mask.
fucking
I got
Anonymous.
mine already.
Like people like that are
going.
in they're doing something. They're fucking with the system. WikiLeaks is fucking with the system, and you're gonna camp. You're gonna walk for a cure, is what
Well,
you're gonna do.
what they are though, dude, is they're
You need
representing giant
soldiers.
numbers. You do need soldiers. You need Anonymous.
but you need
WikiLeaks.
leaders to fucking you
But
know
the
what?
problem is they go after leaders, and the beautiful thing about this whole Occupy Wall Street thing is there's no leaders. That's the beautiful thing about it.
But there's no guidance.
There's
I
no
shouldn't say
guidance.
leaders.
But there's
no
a pretty cohesive message.
The point is, it could be done if you like Yes Men style. Like
Right.
there's so many. Like you see that fucking. It's like a Dane Cook audience without a comic, where you see that fucking need for. You could turn this force into something.
Right.
And there's such fucking dimwits. Like any movement, most of the populace is going to be a fucking dimwit.
Yeah.
And they need to.
Well, you know, I mean, if you want to go back and read the conspiracy theories of the 60s and the 70s, that the idea was that they were engineering our civilization to be this stupid, and that they were engineering the poor neighborhoods to have shit education and keeping the priorities of education at a minimum so that they can continue to run people, because most people are too fucking stupid to realize what's going on. As long as they can keep this charade going. And that's why it's all falling apart. It's because the internet now has allowed pretty much everybody to see what's really happening in the world, see where the real numbers are going and the money's
Except for
going.
what Alex Jones sees. He sees something you can't even see on the internet unless it's $9.95.
Unless you buy gold, ladies and gentlemen, right now they have baskets out in the desert where they're looking to put your gold.
Hey, Joe.
Senator McCain, you are a disgrace, sir.
Remember when we were talking about Occupy LA, and I said something silly like about how I think they should move to the trees and like make an Ewok village. I guess that's exactly
Dude,
what
I
happened.
told you before the podcast, we were saying that that guy's a guy from Fear Factor.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's on Fear Factor. His name is Shane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was on Fear Factor with his chick.
Yeah, so they're creating an Ewok village.
I get all confused with.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing, man. It's a weird movement. There's all these people camped out, man, and a lot of them. This is where they fucking live.
Why do you need a fucking movement? That's what kills me. Why do you need a gang?
Doug Stanhope.
Why do you need a fucking
You don't.
group?
But to me, this is an exciting time. This is really interesting. I don't know what's happening, but to me, I see all these numbers of people moving, and these numbers of people protesting are unprecedented. We've never had a public display of how fucking pissed people are like this. A public display of how many people are saying this is insane.
I know, it's
this system's
fantastic.
insane. It's amazing.
I know it needs to be corralled.
But it's going to. It's going to eventually. First of all, the real unfortunate aspect of it all is that they're trying as hard
Little
as they can
Caesar's
to control
Pizza.
it. Little Caesar's Pizza?
No, Occupy Wall Street brought to you by
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Yeah. The most unfortunate aspect of it is that if it keeps growing, they're going to keep pushing it back, and eventually something's going to break. You know, they're going to push people. I mean, we've already had people getting hurt, people getting, hit with tear gas canisters in their fucking face, flash grenades. We've already had a lot of that shit happen, but if it keeps growing, it's going to keep pushing, and they're going to have to push back. I mean, it's almost inevitable.
But what? Yeah, I don't.
So what happens then? That becomes the real problem.
What the fuck?
Where does it go?
No one's explained to me what the fucking fight is.
Well, the fight is that the system's fucked. The fight is that people didn't want all these bailouts. They don't think that all these.
That's such a broad
thing. It's a huge
broad
thing. It's absolutely broad.
That's what we've known for years. And
you're right, but this is a general ignorant reaction, or not ignorant.
Any mob action is ignorant reaction.
It is
generally.
I don't want to say ignorant, but what it is it's an unfocused anger with a good percentage of the people who have a clear idea what's the problem. But there's a lot of them that absolutely are just running around like.
From a completely military point of view, yes, you need a bunch of stupid people who don't really know what's going on.
Well, you also
unfortunately, they get interviewed by the press. You need fucking numbers, and most of the populace is dumb as shit, and you have to get numbers.
Not only that, there's also a real tactic of agent provocateurs, where there's cops that dress up and go in and start shit and then arrest everybody.
But why don't they do the fucking same thing back? Dress
like a cop?
Without the insignia, put on fucking riot gear. Why are you sitting out there going, I'm a weak hippie. Dress up like a fucking Raider fan. Giant fucking Mad Max helmet, Darth Vader. Yeah, be as intimidating as more intimidating than the cops.
Yeah, put on the attire of a guy.
I just want to be a punch-up writer for fucking Occupy Wall Street. I'm not against them. I don't know what they're for. Yeah, the system's fucked, and I'm glad that you're out there doing something. I just want to fucking write some ideas for you, rather than make it so fucking obvious. Oh, I'm a hippie.
Well, don't you think that's just inevitable? Whenever you have any sort of a gathering,
that's why I want to
join.
I'd rather.
What are you going to do? You're going to kick the people that suck out?
No, I'd quit comedy and go out and go, here's a better sign. Yeah, we are the 99%. All right, everyone else has that sign. I want to fucking help. Let's make this funnier. What a funnier revolution.
But how is that going to help you get rid of all the retards? How's that?
It doesn't. There's no way to get rid of the retards.
There's no way to educate them.
No, you can fucking educate your kids. You have fucking 2 kids now, and you can pretend like you're going to have an influence on their life.
You can have an influence on their life, for sure.
You can, but
you're not going to. You're not going to run the whole thing. It's an independent human being.
Fucking Patton Oswalt had the great bit about how kids always rebel against their parents. So I'm going to be the worst parent in the world, and I'm going to have Phil Collins' "No Jacket Required" framed on the mantelpiece, so my kids turn out cool.
That's funny. Yeah, it's a weird idea, trying to figure out what way to push and pull your kids. You see them reacting to you, though. That's the strangest thing. You see them, like getting upset that you telling them that they can't do something, and so they rebound the other way. You can see that pattern developing really early. Where a lot of us, I don't know how you were raised, but I met your mom.
You're the only friend I have that I don't dismiss once they have kids. Because you have kids like a fucking a terrarium project. I'm gonna fucking control the growth. I'm gonna monitor it. You're not a parent.
Oh, I'm a parent. I enjoy it.
Well, no, you are. But
I enjoy it.
The same way you've never been we never met your girlfriend. Well, I guess most of us are the guy that brings their girlfriend. My whole personal life is it's almost like your friends are TMZ. Well, no, I'm going to keep everything private.
I don't think you know me as well as most people.
Well, I never met.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jessica?
Yeah. Don't say names.
Oh shit.
It's all right. It's too late.
Oh fuck. All right. We haven't talked in a while.
It's all right. She doesn't go by her married name. Ha Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but no, I tell people everything. I don't tell the internet everything. You and I have.
You would never the first
we've had a
time
comedy friendship,
But yeah, no. It's in your just comedy life. Like when you said, "Hey, I'll come to the UFC," and I go,
I don't like that, man. There's a lot of dudes that they integrate these girls that they're dating into their fucking comedy life, and they bring them everywhere. And the problem with that is
they change their personality.
Yeah,
which I've seen since then.
It gets weird, man. It gets weird. I've seen it. It's nothing wrong. You can take your chick anywhere. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think you should always do things together. I think there's nothing wrong with having completely separate lives.
Bingo is like my best fucking friend in the world.
It works. It works for you guys. Yeah. It's like whatever works, For what me has always worked is you got to separate church and state.
That's always been So yeah, there's always been kind of a border.
No, it's never a border, dude.
No, it's just something. No, it's nothing you introduced into any
You're
relationship.
just so alien from like my.
I'm
chick.
high as shit if that's what you mean. Yeah, I'm like thinking on. I'm getting back. Coming back. I'm good.
You making a comeback? You feeling it? You want an energy drink to push you over the top?
No, I'm good. I have a cocktail. I feel. I just.
You centering?
Yeah, my fucking head has been in so many places. When you're just like, what's a microphone and what?
It was just a
all
big
that
rush.
dumb fucking high shit is coming. All right, I understand what a microphone is, and I'm not really baffled anymore about the fact that we can talk to 1 million people. Seems like we're all in the same room.
I think it's amazing how well you've actually held it together.
Yeah,
I
you
could
did an
never,
awesome job.
ever podcast streaming.
You did an amazing job. This Occupy Wall Street thing, this is why I pulled this article up, because I knew we were going to talk about this. This is the National Defense Authorization Act. This is what I was talking about earlier, where they're literally going to define the U.S. homeland as a battlefield and make U.S. citizens subject to military apprehension and detainment for life without access to a trial or attorney. This is amazing. I mean, there's something that they've crafted.
This is another high thing, but you're acting like law matters.
No, I'm not. But I'm acting like this is. I mean, this
they
is
do
the
that
reaction.
shit. Cops beat you every fucking day. What? Oh, but it's against the Constitution. Like no one cares. That's such a.
But they do care. I mean, people are really freaking out about.
Yeah,
this.
if you're one guy that occasionally brings something to a Supreme Court every 4 years, and they go, "You were right. You were fucked," and then he gets nothing out of the battle. But in your general day. Sorry.
Well, this is what this is trying to turn the U.S. into a place where they can have the military patrol things. So the military would control things like Occupy Wall Street. They're preparing for civil unrest, and they're preparing to do it legally. What they're preparing to do is to make the United States a battleground, so that when you are in a situation like Occupy Wall Street, you're literally like an enemy combatant.
Yeah, but they've been doing that for fucking 10 years.
But they're putting it on paper. I mean, that's what's really crazy. And they're so blatant about it that they're literally putting this on paper. You know, they're trying to pass this through, and people are fucking freaking out about it, man.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, finally. But it's still amazing that this is something that they're so fucking stupid. These people live in a different age. They live in an age of the media reporting things.
Right.
You know, and when these things get out on the internet and CNN's not covering it and Washington Times isn't covering it, but you can get it on your fucking computer and go, what is this shit? Is this real? And then you make some phone calls and you find out it is, and everybody freaks the fuck out. And you know,
but does
these
it make
assholes,
your life miserable? Like,
it scares me. It scares me.
Yeah.
It scares me. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. They shouldn't be allowed to bring. Look, there's a reason why people are freaking out, and these people need to be addressed. You need to figure out how to deal with that, and the way to deal with it isn't a fucking tank. This isn't Tiananmen Square. It's supposed to be the United States, and at the end of the day,
but it won't change without like drastic.
Why is that? But isn't the internet drastic? The internet is the most drastic thing to ever be introduced to a society ever.
People have a fucking. They have to pay their fucking mortgage. You see
agree.
people that are like rolling their own cigarettes, and they don't give a fuck about some law passing. They're trying to fucking feed fat kids.
Is that it?
So when everyone's down, like when that's how revolutions. There's no fucking revolution of the middle class. Oh, that's when the middle class rose up and said.
I think you're right in a certain sense, and I think your cynical. The cynical viewpoint is pragmatic.
Cynical is.
I mean, it's normal. It's
based
right.
on history.
Based on history, you're absolutely right. But it's not based on the best that people are capable of. The best that people are capable of, they're capable of much more than that. It's just that we can't pull it off on a mass scale. We're just not good at it. But we're capable of it. We're more than capable of pretty fucking awesome behavior on an individual basis. And the key is trying to figure out how that can be relayed to the entire population as an ethic. And the only way that's going to ever work is if people feel like the system that they operate under is fair. And right now, they clearly don't. Right now, the people feel like they look at all the money that's going to these CEOs that have been fucking...
Nobody looks at that.
They do. They look at the numbers. They can't help it.
That's your fan base. Don't ever confuse your fan base with what lives in the fucking world in the dark houses on the fucking...
You're right. You're
Route
right.
66.
You're right. For the most part,
they don't ever think about...
There's plenty of people that do, though. The people that are informed should be the ones that you're paying attention to, right?
Water cooler talk where they fucking mimic bumper stickers. Yes, that... but they have no idea what a fucking CEO is or how it affects their.
You're absolutely
They just
right.
want to fucking get Velveeta cheese for their fucking kid, and if it's $1 off, they're happy, and they're not even poor.
You're
But
right.
That's
the real question, though, is why are they like that? And the question is, are they like that because of nature or nurture? Are they like that because they grew up in this fucked up society where, in the 50s and 60s or whatever the fuck time they were developing, there was no information. Everybody was horseshit. Everybody was,
But you act like information is something that people want. We are in a fucking...
Whether you want it or not, there's enough people that want it that are moving things.
Yeah, no, but we live in a very insular... We think... you have fucking 3 million listeners, but they just want to hear fist fuck jokes. Most of them. That's one thing. Like Facebook has made me realize how many times people laugh for the wrong reasons,
right?
Because they comment about it.
Do you lose all respect for a dude when you see a legit LOL?
Yeah, but
so easy to lose respect for someone. I try not to. I try to be open-minded.
That's what I was talking about earlier, though. I do LLs. I do happy faces. I just don't care. Like I think it's funny as a joke.
Goof.
A goof.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, when you do LOLs to me, I actually do think it's funny because I know it's not a real LOL.
Right.
It's like you're making fun of the fact that you're saying LOL. You're being a silly face.
It's a joke that's 3 times gone.
Right. Yeah.
Where hey, in the sitcom day that you were around for, and. Hey, let me be the wacky neighbor. That's what your friends would say. And then they said it too much, and you're like, all right, that's such a cliche. Let me be your wacky neighbor. That now it's a cliche of when it was a cliche, so it's funny again.
Right.
Let me be your wacky neighbor on your podcast.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like refried beans.
LOL. Yeah.
Stop. Why do I have to see my goddamn ugly head everywhere I look?
It's just what it looks like, bro. Gotta just look at me. Focus on the magic.
You look very good. Right, you look very healthy.
You keep going into De Niro, though.
Doug, you actually look really healthy this time. You look really good.
It's out in the sun. My house was on the fucking women's group Bisbee home tour. So I had to be out.
The women's group Bisbee home tour. What is that?
Actually, I think it was like Nick Thune. I had to leave him. I'm sorry. I can't call you back right now, but I called someone with an excuse where I go, I'm ashamed to admit it has something to do with the Bisbee Women's Club.
Oh, that's hilarious. So they would do a tour of the homes in the area?
They won't do it. They say every year they do a Bisbee home tour because there's a lot of weird houses there. So we after 29 years in a town of 6,000, they were out of ideas, so they came to us because we paint our rocks weird.
Doug, have you done
what do? You paint your rocks weird?
I'll try it again.
All right, hit it.
Doug, have you done any pranks lately?
5:40. Pranks? You know what? It was the awesomest thing.
The most awesome.
You just fucking wore off on me, dude. I got infected by Brian Redban. Was when you would do those pedophile baitings. Did you put those out in a book?
Yeah, I put them out in a book, but the title of the book is Fun with Pedophiles, which I never even considered because, I'm the fucking last guy to even think about technology. But sorry, just this is another reason I don't smoke pot.
You say this while you have a cigarette in your hand.
I never thought that people wouldn't want to punch pedophiles into a search engine. I don't know what a search engine for.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And that's the name of the book.
Can't you re-release it?
I could.
Just call it baiting.
The best of baiting is the subtitle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but fun with pedophiles, that is a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, this is fucking.
You got to be real careful about that these days. That probably brings up there's some crazy search engine database with the FBI, right? Yeah. Fun with pedophiles. There it is.
I love the cover, by the way. I love the cover. It's so nice.
Flowers and shit.
Be ballsy.
And
Occupy Fun with Pedophiles.
8 positive reviews, too. Look at that.
Yeah, so folks, go get that book because it is fucking hilarious. Because I remember when a lot of them were
laugh.
online.
That's the only stuff I've ever done that I go back and I laugh my balls off at my own stuff.
Really
I hate my
stuff.
comedy. I can't listen to an old album, a new album. Fun with Pedophiles. I read and I fucking laugh like someone else wrote it.
Well, that was those baiting days. Is that site still up?
What I
Baiting.org.
Is it still up? It's archived.
Yeah.
It's not active, but you can read all their shit.
So good stuff. So much good stuff.
Wicked funny. There's a guy that called don'tevenreply.com that fucks with Craigslist people, but he only updates it like every fucking 3 months. You like you come back from Europe and you're like, oh, don't even reply. Do you have? Because he's so good. It's wicked funny.
Wow.
So go. You guys are bored. Go to don'tevenreply.com and say do some more shit. He's out of Philly, I think. Yeah.
Do you remember when the Jerky Boys weren't famous? Remember when it was like a tape that would go
underground
around?
tapes. Like they're making a documentary out of Shut up, little man.
Yeah. Red Bar. Is that what it is? The Red Bar?
That's what Mo Sizlak is based on in The Simpsons, is the Tube Bar. Tube
Oh,
bar tapes.
right.
And they based Mo Sizlak on the Tube Bar tapes. Alcoholic, that was a famous Tube Bar.
Does this bar?
And he'd go, Al, alcoholic. And then he'd finally catch on and he'd go, you motherfucker, cocksucker, I'll kill you. I'll find your mother, I'll fucking kill her. Yeah, the Tube Bar tapes.
Yeah, that guy was hilarious. That's what I was thinking of.
Winnebago Man is a documentary based on those days, which is fantastic.
Winnebago Man is based on this guy who was a Winnebago salesman who would do these videos where he was doing a commercial, and then he would fuck up the take, and they played all the outtakes. And when he would fuck up, he'd start swearing, "You motherfucker, you motherless cunt." He would just get crazy. That was awesome.
And it's such a feel-good story at the end. Like, you don't expect it to go well, and it was actually a documentary where at the end you're like, oh, I fucking feel really good about myself. It was, because like the guy was like, he was a fucking horrible
functional bathroom. Privacy, I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. I wonder what the fuck the real dialogue is. What the fuck is this thing? All of the windshield, for fuck's sake. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I say? That didn't sound for shit, did it? Trying to give these guys everything they can get to me. That's
Sounds like a perfectionist.
You know what the fuck I'm saying?
He's just getting mad at himself.
We suppose we open... Got to do it again, right now.
I feel like those guys that were like, oh, we knew this when they were a garage band.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
It looks like he's just trying to do a good time, and he keeps fucking up.
Shit! Tony, do me a favor, will you please? Will you? Will you do me a kindness?
Leave.
Yeah.
I think I want to be walking in and out if you're going to fuck up and I got to come back.
I don't... That make any difference to me at this juncture. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tony. Don't slam the fucking door. No more.
You remember that
So this
famous
guy got
video?
famous because of this video that went around back in the day when people just passed off tapes to big giant VHS tapes. You gotta check this out.
I remember those very well.
It's a girl pooping on a dude.
Yeah, I would. I had a friend from Austin who used to give me these fucking mixtapes that he would make. He would. I just got rid of them recently because I had already seen the images 100 times. But his videos would be all the weirdest shit that he ever found, and he would splice them together. It was like an art form for him.
I used to do that all the time. If you Google search Redban Java lamps, I have a few of them like that, where I just put like, it was right when the internet videos were becoming big, like the crazy shit, like woman found inside of an alligator, type shit.
Yeah.
And it was like just spliced, and I put it with like trippy music.
Wow, isn't it wild that used to be the internet was just like a human internet. Like you'd have to hand someone the videotape. Like that's how it goes. I mean, it could transfer that idea as a virus or as an organism could transfer all over the place from person to person and even be like duplicated, even though it gets really fucking grainy when it gets like third and fourth generation. Yeah. But that's what you had to do. That's how you got things out. You saw Barnyard Betty, right? Did you ever see Barnyard Betty when you were a kid?
No.
No? Really?
Well, I might have seen it, but I don't know. It wasn't titled. Captain Rowdy was the guy that turned me... Like, when I was a young comic, there was a guy named Captain Rowdy.
I remember that guy's name.
Yeah, he was a...
Did he wear, like, leather jackets and shit on stage?
Leather chaps and, mohawk. And
there's a lot of dudes like that who had, like, a whole thing.
But and he had a huge following in the Southwest, not including California. But Lubbock,
like Arizona,
Texas,
Lubbock,
Texas. And
wow.
He'd take me on the road, and
what was he like?
He's still he would be in my death pool if he had a Wikipedia page.
He doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
He's gonna die. He like calls me every couple months. Like he's fucked. It's a long story. I want to do a documentary about all the '80s comics that thought they had it made. We were making $5,000 a week. You didn't even have to have jokes. and they bank their light, and you know some of the relics of that.
Yeah.
And did you ever see the documentary Beyond the Mat?
Beyond the Mat. What is it
It's about wrestling, and it has like Jake the Snake Roberts, and he's all fucking playing some armory in Kearney, Nebraska, and smoking crack, and and then old guys that are still trying to do it, and their knees are falling apart, like fucking, but they're still in it, and then guys trying out for it, like so it's a whole balance of this whole wrestling scene, like new guy, old guy, and how it fucks. I would love to do a documentary like that about comedy, the guys that thought they fucking had a ride.
There's a bunch of guys that
Vic Dunlop was like a guy that I like when I thought of this idea. Captain Rowdy is such a fucking magnificent story.
But do you think those guys? I mean, some of them are still working, right? So they're just out there just.
But there's guys
hustling.
that made it too. Like the guys to get a perspective of the guy that is fucking dying and lost his legs to diabetes and just did coke down to where he's playing fucking Biloxi, Mississippi, Mr. Saturday Night. You know those guys.
Right.
It would just be a beautiful fucking documentary to watch.
It could be interesting. They're just guys who just rode it till the wheels fell off.
And there's guys that are still doing triple gigs in their 60s.
Yeah.
But they're happy with it. There's some
are
like,
happy, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was living in Boston, there was a lot of guys.
People won't
older
accept
guys.
when people are happy with things that they've built some kind of fake value system on.
Right.
Well, if you don't... Well, you're not there, so you can't be happy. No, I'm actually fucking wicked happy living in a small town with, yeah. I didn't move there to fucking make it big, stupid.
Doug, do you remember when we first met? I
forgot Brian's here, and I'm like, who's talking?
I came to Ohio University, and it was like I recorded you, and it was...
That's still on YouTube, yeah.
It was a...
I walked like 600 people. They billed me as... I still... it was that tour, if not that night, is the last time I can remember doing a show sober. And I remember, like, Ed Helms was on the fucking bill.
Kristen Finnegan, yeah. Finnegan, yeah.
Somehow I fucking...
That was the last time you did a show sober?
The last I can remember. Yeah.
It was parents...
I don't like doing shows sober. I don't find myself amusing fucking sober.
It was parents-teacher weekend, though. They billed it as like a family-friendly show, and
it was parents' weekend.
Parents' weekend.
Family-friendly is listed in the program, and there's not a lot of fucking on-campus options for entertainment. It's not a town. It's a fucking campus with your parents, and under fucking Fun for All the Family is the Comedy Central Presents tour with Doug Stanhope and fucking everyone else that they found fine.
Yeah.
And then I like, your kid's gonna get fucked here.
Yeah, I mean,
something like
people in the video, like people are like yelling, like, "You get off stage!" You know, I mean, this is
if
Ohio.
you like this, you're like some angry dad right beside where he's filming.
Yeah.
Are you finding this?
Wow.
Yeah. I know it's on YouTube.
How did you get out of
we're
here?
watching it right now. Right here.
This is a whole set?
No, it's just pieces of your set, and then it goes to the part where the guys start yelling. Right. People are like,
there you go.
But dude, this audio is way too bad.
Then the guy starts screaming out, though. You can hear that.
Yeah,
guy
it's
okay,
just
all right.
He's talking about butt fucking.
Fred Norris would never have these kind of delays. Just saying.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Nope.
But that's the charm. Part of the charm is the fact that there's fucking glitches in the Matrix.
Here it comes right here.
I barely can understand what you're saying, unfortunately.
I know. I wish he could. If he could cue it up to the guy. Yeah. Oh, here we go. He's full of shit, and anyone crazy enough to listen to that motherfucker is full of shit. Yeah, that's what he's...
Yeah. But the whole time, there's just people standing up and just, like, filing out. Because this was, like, the first... I think this was, like, the first weekend with, like, all the new students, you know, where they...
It was a third of the crowd in a theater.
Yeah. It was so weird.
Wow. That's an uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, yeah.
People always get angry.
But I miss uncomfortable feelings. Like,
do you?
Do you?
Yeah, like we did those fucking music festivals knowing I was going to get fucking trashed. Like
what music festivals?
Leeds and Reading.
When did you do these? These are recent?
It's like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, what happened?
Well, it's just not, there's no way I'm going to fuck. These are people that bought tickets for 3 days.
Right.
They didn't buy tickets to you or comedy.
Right.
There's a 10th.
Right.
And I'm not a guy I'm not fucking Hedberg where I go, here's another joke. I'm a guy that I'm like this. I'm a fucking 2-hour podcast of me stuttering and looking for a cigarette.
Yeah.
And then yelling about something when it strikes me. It's not going to work at a music festival. They were fucking just audibly booing me just because I'm boring to them.
Well, you've so got your own crowd now, too.
I know,
it's
but
like they know what you're doing and they want to see it. And a person who doesn't know you,
right.
it's like you don't even want to try to get them in there. Like you're not designed to work. Yeah. You know, like when you're coming up, your act is sort of designed to work on as many people as possible. You try to sort of maximize it. Brian, what is that?
Now I'm defining them. Actually, I'm turning down fans at this point.
But then, yeah.
It's a waiting list. It's like a Lambeau Field. I can only have this many fans. Sorry. Stand on the porch like Fight Club for 3 days. Then you can be a fan.
You must get a lot of weird motherfuckers to come visit you.
You're so De Niroing all the fucking time.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm still fucking high as shit.
Indeed.
When I first moved to LA, Doug was the first person that like I was friends with. I think, well, you obviously, Joe, but like Doug would like call me up and just be like, "Hey, man, I'm bored. You want to go make some videos?"
We talk shit about you. Like, only the stuff you can say behind your back because you're very angry.
What? I never talk shit.
No, I'm saying it's always fun to talk shit behind Joe's back.
Oh. Well, we used to make these videos.
So I'm saying I probably talked a lot of shit about Joe to you.
Oh. Well, we used to make these videos because he got mad at Verizon DSL because he had DSL at the time, and so we were like, "Hey, let's go to the thrift store." So we'd go to the thrift store and we'd buy like terrorist outfits, and then we made these videos. Yeah. We made these videos, and then I sent them to all the Verizon like corporate office.
It was like 2 days
numbers.
after that guy had been beheaded.
Brutal beheaded.
Like I was even afraid to put these up. Like I remember being like, all right, you could get too much shit.
Yeah, dude, this is dangerous. You got Arab writing. What does that writing mean?
This was Verizon's. The day after. Everyone was like,
it's not really Arabic.
Praise be to Allah. This message is for the infidels at Verizon DSL.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Dogs, you told me my service would be turned on in 3 days. It has been a week and a half.
And by the way, that's Doug on both sides.
I call you billing people. Your billing people send me to your technical people, and then
he's dressed like a ninja.
And then they say,
he's got a burqa on for some reason. You got a burqa on. You're a man.
That was thrift store Muslim, baby. Before the Muslims wore tags off their burqas.
The time for words is over. I will wait on hold no more Verizon.
Hey, why don't we just play the fucking man show?
Yeah, what are you doing, Brian? Hit him in the head with a pan. Go ahead.
Right, the second video is where he hits me in the head.
Okay, let's stop. Let's stop right here.
But yeah, it's
let's stop the whole podcast. I think we've done enough. This podcast has been like fucking, what has it been, like 2.5 hours long?
2 hours, 20 minutes.
Oh, shit. So at some point, you're right.
What?
At some point, we're right?
Well, the first 20 minutes, I'm like, we've been here for like 4 hours.
No. It's only 6 o'clock. We're still good. We're still good for your show.
Yeah.
Now I have cocktails since it's
time. You good? You want to keep going?
I'll be good for the show.
You want to keep going another like 15, 20 minutes?
Oh, I'll fucking talk.
Come on.
As long as people
It's not like we're putting in work on the fucking job.
I know.
You want to dig another 20 minutes and then call it a night?
Yeah, people fucking, you can turn it off at whatever point.
Yes. That's a good piece of advice.
You don't want to see me get hit in the head with a fucking...
No, I'm good, dude.
It goes on too long. It's not like it's not like the fucking Brea Improv where they're paying for parking. You're fucking listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
You're taking a shit right now.
It goes a little too long.
Yeah. If it goes too long, just make it fucking 3 parts. You're the director, asshole.
It was 1 minute long.
Made a 3-part by hitting the pause button.
It was 1 minute long.
Yeah.
You quit the cigarettes for a little bit, right?
Yeah, for a year. Got fat, started smoking again, stayed fat. Now I cough while I'm fat.
So you did it as sort of a dietary measure to just...
No, I quit for a year, like 2008. and then went to Costa Rica, and $1.25 a pack at the bar. And you're like, and you can smoke everywhere. You can smoke at bars.
And you just figured, fuck it, just for this vacation.
Been going out, yeah. We'll just for this week, and yeah. So I've been trying to quit since 2008.
Oh wow, that sucks. That must feel weird, man. That's got to be a very weird thing, like you're connected to something, you know. And it's not easy to escape, right?
The worst part is every time he smokes, I want to light one up immediately.
Yeah,
like I'm like, I just see it and I'm like, all right, I gotta light one up.
Yeah, I told you I quit coffee recently, but it's only been like 8 days. I can't even say I quit coffee. I'm just seeing what it's like to just not drink coffee for a long time.
This is the third time this has happened, but when you said fried clams in a conversation before,
right?
I just fixated on fried clams, and I made my face make the motions like I'm listening, but I was thinking, and then you said something about fucking burritos.
You're hungry.
No, it's just the third time when you said coffee, I'm like, fucking Bailey's coffee. And then I'm looking around, and I distract myself.
So what you're saying is that I got a good voice for advertising.
Just every now and then you mention a fucking thing where I'm just saying, when I look like I'm being fake, I am.
Because you're thinking about whatever delicious
thinking
item.
like, why is Robert De Niro saying I should have a Bailey's coffee?
Oh, Douglas.
Why do you think? I never think Robert De Niro with you, Joe.
Anything like Robert De Niro.
I think more of Julio Iglesias guy or whatever that guy's name.
For all the girls I've loved before.
Again, I have you have
traveled in and out.
I have fucking high eyes where this is
glad
like
you came along. I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before.
You need a mole.
At one point, I thought I was getting my elbow in the pool because the ashtray is right here. And at one point, I'm like, and I pulled away like I was going to get my elbow.
Dude, you smoked all those cigarettes during the time we do this podcast? How many is that?
Fuck yeah. Was
that like 10?
He gave me a whole pack.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cigarettes. You're crazy.
Wow, it seems like so many
goddamn
more.
chain smoker. David Tell's 2 packs a day.
Yeah, David Tell's worse, times 2.
Yeah, I'm
but
glad.
he goes to the doctor, so he knows he has emphysema. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything.
How many are you smoking a day?
Not as many.
A pack?
Yeah, a pack now, probably.
Yeah. There's nothing that replaces that, huh? You ever try cigars?
I could quit. I just fucking have to take time. I've quit before.
Cigars would make you a classy douchebag.
Cigars unless you're Ron White. Off. Like Ron White has this exemption. He has this whole fucking whole circular exemption from everything.
I completely agree. Every picture he has a drink in his hands.
Ralphie May is hid under a cloud of that you don't know why Ralphie May got the amnesty, but Ron White earned it, and he has this whole.
Ralphie May's a lovable guy.
Right.
Yeah. But Ron White with his
Ron White
cigar,
has earned the whole.
Yep, 100%.
Did I tell you what? He's buying jokes from, like he has a lot of writers.
Right.
And Andy, he has bought a couple of Andy Andrus bits.
Really?
And when I saw him in Austin, I go, yeah, you're buying, like my buddy, you got a couple of his bits. And he said, without any shame whatsoever, Ron White says, yeah, we buy a lot of really funny bits from really funny comics. And then what we do is take the teeth out of them so they're not funny anymore. And then my audience applauds. He's just like, yeah, I'm fucking buying material. I'm fucking selling fucking snake oil to fucking suckers because I know this ain't going to last.
So what does he waters his act down? Is that what he's doing? He's just backing off?
He plays to that audience. And he'll tow his fucking Rolls Royce off the back of his tour bus. He's like a Vanilla Ice in like jokingly, like he's like flashing all this because he knows it's pointless.
Oh,
like
so you mean like Vanilla Ice, like flashy, like he like drives Rolls Royces,
like rappers. Like I'm sorry, this is the second time in fucking 3 days where I try to find a fucking rap reference, and I came up with LL Cool J.
Let's go with Birdman.
I said
he's
Vanilla
known for
Ice.
his love of automobiles, and he's very wealthy. How about Birdman? Can we go with
Birdman?
Okay.
It's a rat. You fucking listen to that?
I don't.
Fucking garbage.
Well, what I was listening to
That's why reality TV works, because everyone wants to think they could do it too. And that's why rap music works, because, yeah, you could do it too.
I like some rappers, man. I like Nas. Do you know who Nas is?
No.
Really like that guy.
I know
I love old
he was
Biggie Smalls.
I think he was in a playoff, or like one.
I can listen to Notorious B.I.G. all day. I love that old shit.
That old boy.
I love his rap style. I think this is rhythmic. It's fun. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
But you don't like music. I understand. But you don't like music.
But I can look at fucking Zeppelin on the wall and go, I'm fascinated that someone could learn to do that. Not someone sat on a fucking bus with a notebook.
Yeah, but I don't know
about their fucking shit.
I would take this for almost everybody except Notorious
rhyme.
B.I.G. He didn't just make shit rhyme. He made shit rhyme with like a
flow
and a rhythm to it that was fun. It was fun to listen to. That guy's an artist. He was a fucking artist, and what he did was very difficult to do. It's very difficult to duplicate. There's a bunch of guys that are rap artists.
Listen, I am
like
fucking
Cypress Hill.
preaching from the most uneducated. I'm just saying things with confidence. I know nothing about music. It doesn't interest me. I'm like the last guy, and that's why I always say I hate music, is because I'm such a comedy snob that I know if someone said, "Oh, who do you like, Jeff Dunham and Peanut?" And I immediately hate you because you said that. Like, I have a bias against you, and I know that I'm that much of a pedestrian when it comes to music. So if I go, yeah, I fucking love the Counting Crows to death, like now I have to fucking, there's no apology, which is an apology when you say, I'm not even apologizing for liking Matchbox 20, like whatever.
What is I mean, for most people, like music is sort of a source of pleasure. It's like it's fun to listen to. It's motivating. What is it about it that do you think it's just it interferes with the noise in your head?
I always, I found it summed up succinctly in a book that I will now misquote and ruin. But the fucking guy, the drunkard guy, he was a drunkard in England. He was I always want to say Alistair, but it's not Alistair. McAllister, I can't remember his name. He summed up how pop music ruined the pub culture in England. Because when they introduced the jukebox, that played over the conversation that you were there to have. You go to the fucking bar to talk. And now someone introduced music where either you want to listen to the music or you want to have the conversation. And that's why I've always hated music. It's something that I want to enjoy. Like if I'm really high and I have 400 songs from my life that I can remember that I like. They're on an iPod. If I need music, I go to it like people go to comedy clubs once a year.
I hear you.
Do you find that? Did you used to like music? Is something that you just
no? I've liked enough music. It's just, but it's a part-time thing to me. Like most people, comedy is a part-time thing to us. That's life. Fucking listening and words and.
I fucking love music.
Yeah,
I get it inspired by it. I love when I'm working out. I love listening to it. I love listening to it when I'm driving. I love listening to it sometimes when I'm just thinking about shit. It encapsulates a mood for me. I just appreciate the art. I don't know how to do it. I don't know anything about music. I can't sing. I don't know how to play a fucking single instrument. So my interest of it is like purely as just a fan.
Believe me, I wish my fucking likes were more normal. A lot of people want to be fucking weird and out there. I wish people liked the fucking my iPod. I wish I could play 3 songs on my iPod without someone saying, what the fuck is this? That's the theme to Welcome Back, Kotter. Yeah, that's why it's on my fucking iPod. Yeah. It makes me happy.
My iPod's that too.
Yeah, I've got some stupid shit on my iPod too. It's
the greatest American hero. Believe it or not,
I'm walking on air.
Wow. Imagine trying to put that show on today. They were like, what the fuck is going on? That
dude
with
an
afro, that skinny dude with the afro is just beating everybody's ass.
Actually, that would work. From? That would work, actually.
Did he ever beat anybody up on that show?
Of course he did.
Where did he get his power
show?
from?
Greatest American Hero.
Oh, where did he get his power from?
That one.
I don't remember. I just remember him running into walls a lot.
Fucking glory holes. A skinny 80s fucking blonde guy in tights.
He was my first celebrity sighting when I moved to Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah.
At a glory hole?
No. It was at a Starbucks. Basically the same thing.
I used to sell coke to him through a glory hole. Greatest American Hero used to come in there every day.
The greatest American hero, he used to suck my dick. Fred A. Ball. I swear to God, Joe Rogan.
Who they gonna believe? Greatest American Hero or Joey Diaz?
Come on, dog. Who do you think you're dealing with? That's just a fun dude. And you hit another one, man. You're just a chain smoking motherfucker.
I know. In my fucking head, this is nighttime radio. Like
it's cool. It's cool that
80s.
we can smoke in here. I mean, I don't smoke, but I like the fact that you can smoke in here. There's not a radio station in the world where you can actually smoke in the studio. That's done, man. Those are businesses, man. Those are not places of art. Every time you go, do you have like friends that do radio, like Dale
I did
Dudley?
Tucson radio.
It's like
I've lived in Arizona for 6.5 years. Never done Tucson radio. Somehow they're like Tucson's against entertainment. In some
Really?
way.
Wow.
They're the shittiest fucking comedy club in the world that still exists since 1980.
How far is Tucson from you?
90 minutes. That's where I fly out of. But it's 90 minutes with no fucking traffic lights. It's just desert.
Right.
And a border check.
Jesus Christ.
Border Patrol has a 50-mile radius.
How did this fucking town, you're like only a couple miles from Mexico. How did this town evolve? Because it's like a little,
Mining.
but it's a
Copper
sort of an
mining.
art town. And
Yeah, well, the copper mine went bust in the 70s, so all the property values dropped, and all the fucking hippies swarmed in. Fucking,
Really?
Yeah, they occupied Bisbee because they were selling property. There's no work.
How'd they figure out how to get it all together, though? That always freaks me out. Like, how do gay neighborhoods start? How do how do
Fucking
people
word of
like
mouth.
everybody say, listen, there's fucking two of us. We're living in this one building. The building next door's got vacancy.
Yeah, same way Burning Man started.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, this is cool.
You stopped doing your yearly thing, didn't you?
Yeah, because too many people showed up I didn't know. The whole point of we had a fucking Death Valley party that we do every year. Just like all the people you meet on the road every year in Atlanta, and you know 2 people there. They're fucking great, but they're not your friends because you
right.
So the whole idea was to bring all those people into Death Valley with no fucking cell phone reception or TVs, and it was this little motel, and we did that till I get to a point where 7 years in. Well, people that brought people last time brought people, and these people. So none of your friends are there, and all their friends. So it's like after a show, and you're just like shaking.
And it could be cops.
And the cops were around. Yeah,
Yeah.
The fucking house would tilt us to when there was some plain clothes.
Yeah, I would imagine that you and your crowd would be a
But it's
perfect
Death
target for
Valley.
someone
There's
looking
like
for
7 cops in Death Valley. So the one guy comes in a polo shirt, and they're like, "He's a cop." We're the only ones that don't know. We're tourists.
That's hilarious. He wore a polo shirt. Sir, can I have permission to wear a shirt with no collar? Permission denied.
They're in the
officer,
same,
you don't have to. If you're a bad undercover officer, if you need a T-shirt to convince a fucking perp, come on, boy, get out there, put them in pink underwear. There's your boy, right, Sheriff Arpaio? He's the guy in Arizona.
He's
an amazing guy.
He's on my
death list.
Yeah,
nice.
I had to pick one comic, so I went with Ralphie May. I knew it was going to be a fat black guy. Went with Ralphie May. He had a pulmonary. Listen how close I've been
Ralphie
on my
May's
death
not a black
pool.
comedian anymore.
Really? No. Southern?
It's more Southern.
Is he doing Fargo now?
he just switched it up a little bit. Ralphie's just getting out of the hospital, you know.
Yeah, he had a pulmonary embolism, and there's part of me going, he's so many points on my death pool.
Oh,
I'm doing good. And I'm like, oh, it's my friend. But if he lives or dies, it's not not my control. I had to pick one comic, and I had to. Who did you just mention that was on my death pool? Oh, Joe Arpaio. That's my wish list. So I had one pick that was a wish list, which was Nancy Grace. Now Joe Arpaio.
Yeah, there's all these weird border guys, man. That's a weird way to live. When you're living as the law enforcement in a place that's known to have people sneaking in from a third world country, that's where things get crafty. You know, things get real tricky when you're dealing with that sort of a situation. You got a bunch of people sneaking into your state all the time. I mean, it's probably a reason why he's more fucked up than anybody else. You know,
but he's in Phoenix. He's he's a fucking egomaniac.
Oh, he's nuts for sure. But I mean, that attitude is acceptable somehow or another more down there
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like right next to the chaos.
But it's easy to make a us and them situation out of that.
Sure, but people really want to stop that nonsense. I mean, they want to stop Mexico from coming into Arizona. One of the reasons why Arizona is so like Republican and so so right wing is because they're right next to fucking Mexico. You know, I think that's the same way Texas is. You know, and the same way Southern California, San Diego is really conservative too.
You actually, on a much smaller level, they fucking hate Canadians at the border too.
Do they really?
Because they don't tip.
Oh.
It's one of the fucking tipping is one of the most important things. I fucking work the UK all the time, and they're assholes.
Yeah.
You fucking can I get ketchup? Like normally this comes with ketchup where I'm from, and I don't want to put you out, but can you get? And they're fucking cunts because they
don't work for tips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working for tips is big. It's a good system. It's good. And it's good to be real generous. You know?
Tommy Lee Jones, you just started getting some Tommy Lee Jones with the new lighting.
Really? That's my new look? Tommy Lee Jones.
Nice.
Well, at least you're going with good people, you know?
No,
you haven't gone for the gay guy from...
No, the horrible old Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, the old Tommy Lee Jones. That's sad. You made me sad, bro. You ended this podcast on a bit downer note.
Are we done?
No, we're not done. I got to pee, so I'm trying to think of when to end this.
Just go pee.
Who's on your show tonight?
Christine Levine.
Christine Levine.
Wicked funny.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, should be the new Roseanne, but
really,
no one will notice.
Really, awesome. Can't wait to check that out. Talk to Brian for a minute. I'm gonna pee, and then we'll wrap this bitch up.
Let's talk behind his back.
Hey, let's do it like how we used to do it, right, Doug?
He really doesn't like women, though. I know he hates that when you say you hate women.
That's what it used to be, right? Like he was really concerned about like people were like, "You're a woman hater," and it drove him crazy. Like when people said that to him or something like that. Remember that?
Yeah. No, he was. I don't know if he still is like that, but yeah.
He's so mellow now.
I've seen him fucking just dress down a chick for no reason. She's some dumb chick, but that's what comics thrive on.
Yeah.
Stupid. We're not you. We need a dumb chick. Stop yelling at her for being dumb. She's dumb. She's here because she's dumb.
My favorite part though earlier was when you called Joey Diaz on that change jar, and then he was like, "What's a change jar?" And I'm like thinking, like, how do you not know what a change jar?
He fixed it. I swear it was Joey Diaz. He fucking stole my change jar because everyone would come in and out, but only Joey was denying that he was doing drugs. So anytime someone's denying what they're known for, defensively,
When's your next break? Because you usually
no one ever stole from you going, I'm coked out of my brain, and then just stole your shit.
Right.
No, I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to work it out, and I'll get just borrow your VCR. My girlfriend really is addicted to Flashdance.
I can't believe they remade that movie. Now, are you taking a break soon? Because I know you do like stand up for like 6 months. You're on the road or something like that, and then you take breaks or.
Yeah, I always say I'm quitting. I don't know. Who knows? I have UK dates booked. After that, I'm not booking shit.
You got in trouble last time you were overseas, right? Like I remember seeing. I remember seeing there was some, like you said, something.
There's always something. It's so easy to fucking stir up fake fucking. The newspapers are so bored. They have like 19 newspapers on an island.
Right. Didn't some guy get in trouble though, or like some DJ?
Oh, a DJ. It was censored or something because he just mentioned a YouTube clip of mine.
That's ridiculous.
What happened? I was doing the BBC and some fucking poor bastard afternoon, like BBC snotty radio. They treat their radio like fucking Winston Churchill still fucking talking on it. And this guy is like, I did a perfectly straight interview. Yeah, we're performing here for however long and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, but you're very controversial. And I go, yeah, well, there's none of that I can do. So he just mentions, if you don't believe, it's not for everybody. If you don't believe it, see his YouTube clip about Sarah Palin and you'll know it's not. So people actually went there. It's just a dumb retard baby. Fucking, it's a really funny bit.
How's it go?
I don't know. It's fucking railing on Sarah Palin having a retard baby and how she should use it in the debates. And I don't know. I went back because the fucking guy was almost fired from BBC for mentioning that YouTube clip. he was being insensitive to fucking retards or whatever they call them over there.
Wasn't your bit something like she had, what was it? She had 2 sons, and they were both retarded? How did it go?
Yeah, one was had Down syndrome, and the other was elected to go to Iraq or something like that. I never watched a fucking clip till it came up when he said it, and I watched a clip. I go, fuck, that was a funny bit. I used to put so much more effort into comedy.
Do you when you write, do you like just think of ideas and like remember them, or do you like take notes at all, or because you're constantly coming up with new shit
on my hand? Like my fucking attention span and my memory is such shit now.
You write them on your hand?
I'll write it on my hand till I get to a notebook. Because I don't carry a fucking notebook.
If you have one of those Droid phones, you can actually talk to it.
I know. I knew you were gonna do this.
You can talk to it,
and then your bits will be in Google's offices.
I'm in first class.
Skynet.
I'm in first class, and I pull out my old fucking dog-eared notebook to take notes, and I go to the first class. Does anyone have a pen? I don't have a pen. I wanted to work on my set on the way here. No one had a pen. Everyone had a fucking...
I'll text you it, bro.
Yeah, no, I'll just type it
Yeah,
in
there's
here.
not a lot of drawing anymore. I wonder what the fuck's going to happen to cursive. Is that going to go? It's going to go,
Please,
right?
I hope so.
I could not write in cursive right now.
Yeah, it's going to go. Writing itself, when I have to write anything,
I'd
like when I have to send something and fill out an actual piece of paper, I'm like, wow, this is an alien thing. Making little marks.
Yeah, I have to...
I hope you recognize my mark.
My fucking accountant, Harvey Altman, mentioned him like fucking 7 hours ago. Yeah, can you just take that out of my account or something? You're my accountant. Why do I have to write a check? He's one of the fucking guys I have to sit and write a check to, which is so foreign.
He doesn't want the ability to just take money out of your account. He might go wacky.
That's why you need bitcoins,
You got to be careful, bro. Bitcoins, bro. That's the internet currency, right?
Well, that leads us to our next episode about Fear Factor 2.
That's right.
Coming up on bankruptcy.
What do you think about this whole Bitcoin thing? About the idea of, I mean, what is the concept of it? Is it's a monetary form of currency that's on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And people agree to it? How does it work? What's it backed by?
I have no idea. I don't care. It's stupid. I don't
How
like
far
it.
is Brea?
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting. Not far.
Go ahead.
Not even an hour. It's interesting because...
Not even an hour?
Yeah, no.
Right,
Yeah, it's
ahead.
pretty close. Because the Bitcoins is like the first attempt I've ever heard of anybody coming up with some sort of a currency. Even if it's like really minor league. I mean, remember what Napster was like when it first came out? That was pretty minor league.
Right.
And look what Napster became, all these years later. Look, you're getting songs instantly on your phone. That Shazam thing where it's hooked up, it tells you what the song is. You play it. You press Shazam. There's music playing. You press Shazam. It records the song real quick for like 15 seconds, sends it somewhere. It sends it back to you, tells you what the song is, then gives you an option to buy it. It's all right there on your fucking phone. I mean, that's insane. I mean, that there's never been anything even remotely like that before.
Yeah, I can text.
Yeah.
He's like Joey Diaz from 2 years ago.
But I'm not angry about it. Once you find yourself railing against what's new is when you're old. That's when you're your fucking grandparents. Like, all right, I don't have the fucking... I don't need it. Like, if I have a need to do all that thing with a fucking cell phone, my life is really easy. I've had a really good life, and I have no problems. I don't need to I live in a place I don't need to map quest anything. Like, it's over there. Like, I almost wish I wanted more.
Really? That's interesting. So what do you get your kicks out of?
That was kind of the whole point of the DMT trip, which is unexplainable with you, was about desire, and desire is almost an anti-Buddhist thing, but yeah, I wish I wanted more. Fucking Louis C.K. said, "Oh yeah, I think he's something." I read about myself after the Louis C.K. show.
That was awesome, by the way, Doug. That was really weird to watch because I know you, but it was also... I thought you did amazing in it.
All right.
My favorite episode.
I almost felt like I paused to shill for applause, and they gave it to me. Fuck, now I don't remember my point.
You're Louis C.K.
We're talking about having joy, taking joy. You wish you had more joy in what you do.
Yeah, no, yes. I lost the point completely.
What do you get your kick out of? Do you get your kick out of performing? Do you get a kick out of killing still? Do you still enjoy like a fun set?
No.
No? Wow.
Well, I'm always relieved that I didn't have a shitty set at best. Like,
is this psychological?
I don't know. Everything's psychological.
Right, but I'm saying, is this like something that's changed in life and just the way you view
things? Yeah, but
things?
I can't pinpoint it because I'm a logical person. Like, I can really, I don't have to go to a fucking guy to talk. Like, I try to find.
Right.
That's why I'm not listening to your boring fucking bar conversation, because in my head, I'm boiling something down to a point.
Right. In your head, you're working in the background.
I can't find where I became kind of miserable. I know it was somewhere around the breakup with my wife, but not connected. Like, I was kind of like in a manic phase anyway.
Well, it's also could be the fact that you're drinking a lot of alcohol on a regular basis. You know, I mean, that just really is going to depress you to a certain extent.
It's not eliminated from the fucking list of suspects.
Yeah, I'm really kind of tweaking about this coffee thing. It's very shocking to me how much different I feel from not doing coffee for 8 days. You know, I really didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But the big deal is that I'm not tired anymore. I used to get tired in the day. Like somewhere in the day I'd get tired, you know, late afternoon or something, and then I'd just have to force myself to go to the gym, so I'd have another cup of coffee, and then I'd fire up and I'd go work out. But I was tired when I got there. I'm not tired anymore. Like the whole day, it's like I'm even. And I was like, oh, this is what you're supposed to be like. You're supposed to be even. You're not supposed to be just fucking spiking every, you know, fucking hour and a half with some dark liquid that fires up your fucking adrenal glands. Like, what is
Brea,
that?
I'm about to phone it in.
Come on, baby. You're not phoning it in.
Doug, I love...
I'm going to get you on fucking kale shakes and squats.
It in at this point.
I love bingo to death, but do you think maybe it's something to do with relationship-wise? Because you say you don't have sex anymore. I mean, do you need to date a porn star?
Dr. Drew show? What the fuck's going on here? What's this love line here, Brian?
This has been since I've been a fucking adult in any relationship. The more you like them as a person, the less I want to fuck them.
Yeah, but do you think that's maybe your overall?
I like how Joey Diaz said it. I'm slinging good dick. I'm slinging good dick.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think
if you say it with confidence, doesn't mean you can.
Maybe you're hanging out with the wrong crowd. Maybe you're not hanging out with a positive crowd.
You need to move to LA.
You might have to move back.
You need to start a podcast here.
I miss comics so fucking
Come
badly.
back. Come hang with us.
No, you can live here. You can live here.
We'll be here all the time. Listen, all you have to do is come back here, and we could do this. We could fuck around like this all the time, and we do shows in this 85-foot. No, you don't. You don't have to live here. You could live in fucking Crestline, man. You could live in the goddamn mountains.
You could live in Pasadena.
There's a town. There's a town, Crestline, in the mountains. Lake Arrowhead up in the mountains. You don't have to live here. You could live. There's a lot of spots outside.
Yeah, no. I like small town.
You can find small towns in California.
I like knowing everyone's name at Safeway.
I hear you.
Hey,
you love it, then that's good. But you could also have dual residency.
Shouldn't go that small. Maybe.
You can go dual residency, bro. You don't have a. Do you have a dog?
2.
Bring him. Fuck it.
Fuck no.
Dual residency.
That's wrong to a dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
Speaking of dogs, the fucking Tucson. Please help me. Fucking sell
Humane Society.
Rialto.
When is it?
The Rialto, December 10th.
December 10th, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Get on it. Where can they buy these tickets?
It's Walsh, Brody Stevens.
Brendan Walsh, Brody Stevens. That's a fucking
Henry
1-2 punch.
Phillips.
Oh, Jesus, folks. We got music in the mix. Who else?
Neil Hamburger.
Oh, come on, son.
Snap.
Never seen his act. Heard good things. Who else?
Garrett Stab is a local, and, of course, a beautiful, fantastic guest set from Miss Lynn Shawcroft.
Shazam. Ooh. There you go. So that's a fucking hell of a show, ladies and gentlemen. Hell of a show. December 10th. Get on that shit. And they can buy tickets where?
I don't know.
Somewhere.
They
you can find
figure it out.
You're not stupid. Just Google it.
I
December 10th.
Seemed interested, but then I couldn't
Tucson,
figure out.
Arizona, the Rialto Theater, Doug Benson, and Posse, and crew. You're having fun, dude. Look, you need to surround yourself with more positive people. It's hurting me hanging out with you here, hearing you all bummed out.
I'm not really bummed out. I'm just really fucking new at being. I haven't gotten high in a fucking year. Like,
is that what it is? But
you're
being Debbie Downer a little bit.
I'm always.
A little bit.
You just well, I mean, you're not having sex to me.
I'm fucking hyper aware of everything other than it's not. Tripping is never good for fucking entertainment.
No, it is. It is.
I try a small fucking portion.
It's still good. It's still good. It was fun. It was a fun conversation. It's cool. People enjoy these conversations. They get to see you, who you really are, man. They get to see all of us who we really are in all sorts of different situations, with tripping, sober,
I've gotten more
drunk.
feedback about the first one where I go, that had to be boring to everyone. It was just me talking to you about old days and shit.
It was fun. People enjoyed it.
But people loved it.
Yeah, you got to be positive. I think you have a tendency to go negative. It's like a tendency in your thinking to go negative, and then unfortunately it fucking sets little triggers in your brain, and it sort of defines your outlook on things when you do that, and you can fuck yourself into a bad state of mind.
We can forgive Fear Factor too, but if you start going motivational speaker,
I'm going Tony Robbins, bro. I'm gonna get one of those Bobby Brown headsets, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show other people
vibes, and negative vibes create negative atoms in your fucking DNA. You make negative children. You don't want that.
Your spin resonance is all off, man. You need a different crystal on your neck. You got the wrong
excited.
crystal.
Be excited. Be. That was the.
We could go off forever about motivational speakers, but the last thing I want to talk to you about is comedy classes, because I thought this was really funny. How
Kyle Cease, I've talked to on the phone. Like, it's like Dane Cook. Like I talked to Kyle Cease. I go, it was funny. It created good internet buzz. Yeah, it's a dumb thing. I'm always hyper. I don't have to be high to be hyper aware of how pointless comedy is and the fucking scam that we get away with doing this for a living when it should be free.
You say that, and I agree in a certain way, but in another way I don't agree, because I was always happy to pay for it, and I enjoy it still as an art form. I think it's the most fun form of entertainment. I think that we've been in it for so long. I think for some of us we might have forgotten how much we appreciated it in the beginning. Forgotten that it's still the same thing.
I've always forgotten. I was always.
You were always hating it from the beginning?
No, not from the beginning. But
just
once
10 years
once
in?
I knew the Hollywood blowjob was like all a fallacy. Like I don't want to do anything more. It's like Hedberg's joke about, you're a comic. Can you write, or can you act? And he says, it's like saying, "Oh, you're a cook. Can you farm?"
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Thank you for letting me fucking embarrass Mitch Hedberg's fucking grave.
You got through it though. You still got a good punchline out of it, because there was a pause.
This
but you
show
know what?
is gonna be
you
fucked.
didn't do a lot of.
I thought I've only had 3 drinks, by the way, in fucking 3 hours. So
yeah, but I give you
my
dude. Everything's great. No worries.
No, I'm worried about Brea.
Oh,
you know,
it's not
you know
fucked.
how
you're fine. I can't wait.
21 years of comedy. Do you know how many times I've played the Brea Improv? Never.
Really?
So if it goes poorly, I'm not worried about my career.
Dude, it's a great comedy club. It's fun.
No, I'm
gonna
sure.
love it.
Yeah, I'm just.
Brea's one of the favorites.
If you go in,
I love Brea.
If you go
Great
in with
club.
that attitude of it doesn't fucking matter, you're usually funnier.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to your show tonight, man. No pressure. No pressure. I'm just gonna sit and be creepy in the back. And if you're doing something I don't like, I'm just gonna shake my head.
You'll hear
I'll put
his
myself
laugh.
in like a really obvious position.
Last night, I go, yeah, Rogan said he's coming, but there's no way he's coming.
Why did you say that?
And because it's fucking Irvine, that
last
traffic.
night,
Yeah, no fucking way.
Well, we already worked it out that I was coming tonight.
Yeah. Well, no, you said, I'm going to come to both. And I know you're not going to come to both. Who would? It's
Did I say that? It's high. It's probably high.
Well,
It's ridiculous. Why would I come to both?
why would you? And
Why would I? That would be even creepier if I had to sit and watch the same show
Dan
twice.
goes, Rogan's a man of his word. I go, no,
Ooh.
he's saying it flippantly. There's no
I'm glad you
fucking
stood up for me.
comedy.
Love you, Dan.
There's no one joke, no dead fucking Patrice O'Neill wrapped up in a Greg Giraldo with a Freddie Soto on top.
Oh.
There's no comedy worth driving to Irvine from L.A.
That's not true.
I would totally go.
I was going to go see you if you didn't do the podcast and you were only doing Irvine. I would have gone to see you there for sure. Because Brea to me is almost as far
but
as
you have a
Irvine.
convoy of right now. If you drive to fucking Irvine, they make traffic move, and there's a convoy with flags on town cars.
Oh, Douglas. I wish. That would be awesome. Could just have magic.
I go, hey, I'll do your podcast. I think we can con my record company into getting a driver. And Rogan goes, no, I have my own service. I'll have him pick you up at 1:30. Good for you.
Is that odd?
No, but the fact that you have a bell that you ring out on your porch to summon the person, that's
yeah, no, that's it. Like affluence. But no, you're not someone I feel uncomfortable around. Like you and Ron White were the two guys that, like, all right, no matter how, like, you're still you. You don't feel like
who's changed? Who have you ever met that got some money and you know, for a lot of people, you know what it is, man? They get something and then they don't want to lose it, and then they get scared and then they clam up. And then they stop doing anything controversial.
Guys I know, like Attell, I've never. No one gets close to Attell. Like he's just like.
Well, he's. You know what? I don't like to ever judge anybody or look at them all in categories. I just tell you who I love, and I love Attell.
Attell, I would say, is the fucking pound for pound, as they say in your industry.
The best.
The best of our generation.
I don't know if I can agree with that because, quite honestly, I shift back and forth on a bunch of different guys. I go back and forth, but I stopped trying to put them in an order.
But Hedberg is a specific guy. But like joke for joke, no one has more fucking jokes and personality than Attell.
Yeah.
5 jokes in a joke.
Well, I will never, argue with you on that. I just think he's amazing, but I don't put them all in an order. I've decided somewhere along the line just to appreciate him. Don't try. There's a little trap for me at least.
There's a Hunter S. Thompson part of it where you go, would you want to be that miserable of a fucking person
to be that good,
to be that funny?
You think you're doing he's more miserable than you by how much? By what?
Oh yeah, no, he's really like He makes me like I go, just let's go to Costa Rica together. Let's just go on vacation. Right. Well, I got this pilot. It's no good, and I'm fucking. It's like he had a DVD like for 3 years. He's been editing, but he hates every word of it. You're like,
that's so funny.
You write more fucking jokes in a conversation while I'm drunk than I write in a fucking notebook in a year.
Well, what he is a real fucking professional.
It's a Bukowski thing. Yeah. You want to be that fucking miserable of a person to put out that good of art. Me, I'd rather fucking phone it in, faggot.
I honestly don't think it's an either or. I think you could just enjoy the whole process. I love it, dude.
Hey, faggot that's about to email and say, this thing went on too long.
We have 2 minutes.
Pause, and then, Part 4 is right now.
We got to end it because we're running out of space on the iTunes.
Yeah, I want fried clams.
Listen, you dirty bitches. You know we love you. Send our love. Send our love throughout the world. Send our love to the Fleshlight for sponsoring this podcast. Go to joerogan.net. Click on the link for the Fleshlight and enter in the code name Rogan, and you get 15% off. And you will use the same masturbation device that me and Brian do. It's yummy. I like it.
I'd have used it too, but last time I did your fucking podcast, you kind of flashed it around like it was swag, and you didn't give it to me.
I forgot. That's all just a space move. I apologize greatly.
I still have your fucking Nike sneakers I stole from you on the Man
Sweet.
Show.
I'll have the Fleshlight send them to you. How about that?
212 Van Dyke
Street. Don't do it.
Why? I already did it once.
Don't do it on this one.
You guys send shit, but address it to Bingo. Just send whatever weird shit. She loves it. She loves nothing but mail. We live in a town where mail still means something. Go fuck yourself. For me and Joe Rogan.
Thank you to
Redban and Joey Diaz.
Onnit.com, ONNIT.com. Check out the Alpha Brain Balanced Nootropic Supplement. Check out New Mood, the 5-HTP, and L-Tryptophan Supplement, and Shroom Tech, the Cordyceps Mushroom Energy Supplement, which is fantastic for working out. Check out all that shit. Go to joerogan.net. Click on that link. Enter in the code name Rogan.
A little something for the smokers.
Get yourself 10% off of that, too. All right. Thank you, Doug Stanhope. It was a beautiful experience. As always, can't wait for your show tonight. Thank you, Brian Redban. Thank you, all you fucking freaks. We got Shane Smith from Vice.com next week. We're going to talk to this motherfucker about the craziest shit on earth. He's just getting back.
Hero.
Guys, he's one of my fucking heroes, too. That guy's getting back from Japan right now. He's checking out the reactors. Okay, he just got back from India, where he hadn't seen a toilet in a month. He's a savage.
Number one guy of why doesn't everyone know this?
Yeah, exactly.
Guy.
Well, I think that's going to change
60
soon.
Minutes of jackass.
He's awesome.
Everything.
He's awesome, and he's going to be here next Tuesday. You fucking freaks. All right, we love you. Take care. Bye, everybody. Big kiss.